This is Long Island Ducks baseball. Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one strike away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden Riversharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions. Line Bucks up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play. And the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions. And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
And a pleasant good evening and welcome to Bethpage Ballpark here in Central Islip, Long Island, where tonight the Long Island Ducks play host to the visiting Camden Riversharks in a matchup of the Liberty Division of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Tonight the Ducks enter the ballgame 65-55 overall, 25-26 in the second half, while the Riversharks are 43-78 overall, 20-31 in the second half here this season. This is the final meeting between these two sides in the 2014 campaign. Well, welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. My name is Mark Schwartz, and I am happy to bring you guys the play-by-play commentary for tonight's ballgame. In the final meeting between the Ducks and the Riversharks this season, it's the final game of a four-game set, and Long Island looking for the sweep over the Camden Riversharks in this four-game series. But first things first, a very happy Labor Day to all of the listeners out there. Thank you so much for joining us here on this picturesque Monday evening on Long Island. Not a cloud in the sky of this four-game series over Camden by an overall aggregate score of 18-2. It's been all Ducks so far in the first three games and looking to continue that trend here against Camden. And if you go back to early July, the Ducks have won the last 6 games against the Riversharks here at Bethpage Ballpark. They swept the Riversharks in a 3-game weekend series early in July. They've won the first 3 games of this 4-game set here today, as the Ducks will send Doug Arguello to the mound tonight to look for that sweep, and he'll work against Wes Torres for the Camden Riversharks. But first, we'll look over the playoff situations here in the Atlantic League as things have continued to get interesting. Already one final to report in the Atlantic League and one other game currently ongoing, as the Sugarland Skeeters and the Bridgeport Bluefish had a 105 first pitch today over at the ballpark in Harbor Yard, and it was the Sugarland Skeeters defeating the Bluefish by a final score of 13-4. That score certainly does not help out Long Island, as they're currently trailing the Skeeters for overall record. But with that win, in the playoff situation right now, As it currently stands, the Skeeters are one full game above the Lancaster Barnstormers for first place in the Freedom Division. Lancaster gets underway against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs at 7:05 tonight. So, for the time being, the Skeeters are a game up over Lancaster, which means that the Sugarland Skeeters would have themselves a playoff spot. And then with the Somerset Patriots currently in first place in the Liberty Division, that would leave one wild card spot left to fight for between the Ducks and the Lancaster Barnstormers. And right now, the Ducks remain 3 games behind Lancaster for that final playoff spot. Not because the Ducks have played poorly as of late. In fact, the Ducks have won 5 of their last 6 games, but it is Lancaster who has won 10 consecutive games, not giving Long Island any opportunity to try to gain some ground in the wild card standings. So with the Ducks 3 games behind the Barnstormers in the wild card, Lancaster
Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
And welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here in the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio and video at liducks.com. Before we get underway with tonight's ballgame, let's take a look back at last night's ballgame as the Ducks won their 3rd consecutive over the Camden Riversharks by a final score of 6-1. It was Jared Lansford on the mound for Long Island against Pedro Liriano for the Riversharks, and the Ducks got the scoring started early in the ballgame. Despite stranding the bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning, the Ducks got on the scoreboard in the bottom of the second. Joash Brodeen led off the inning with a base hit. Jan Vasquez then doubled to deep right to put runners at second and third. A couple of batters later, Phelan Lentini grounded it to a fielder's choice. That retired Brodeen as he tried to score from third base. Lentini later stole a base to put runners at second and third. And Brendan Harris came up to the plate, and it would be Brendan Harris who would give the Ducks their first lead of the ballgame.
Solid speed along the base paths for the Ducks. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Vasquez scores from third base. Right behind him is Phelan Lentini. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for Brendan Harris, and the Ducks are in front 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning.
So Brendan Harris gives the Ducks a 2-0 lead, and that wound up being all the offense that Long Island would need. Camden trimmed the deficit in half, made it a 2-1 ball game, and as we fast forward to the top of the 6th inning, had the bases loaded and 1 away against Jared Lansford, who only allowed 1 hit through the first 5 innings of the ball game. But with the bases loaded and 1 away, Jose Julio Ruiz came to the plate for the Riversharks, their cleanup batter, leading the team in runs batted in, home runs, and batting average. But he softly grounded out to shortstop. That scored Brandon Chavez from third base, made it a 2-1 ball game. But Jared Lansford then forced the next batter, Jose Morales, to ground out to first base unassisted, which retired the side and kept the Ducks in front. Move on to the next half inning. Bottom of the 6th, Long Island would add on to their lead. Joash Brodeen began the inning by striking out swinging. It was then Jan Vasquez with his second hit of the ballgame, a single up the middle. Dan Lyons then flew out to right field, and Phelan Lentini came to the plate with the runner at first base and 2 away, and it would be Lentini who would get the Ducks back on the scoreboard.
The 3-2 to Lentini, swung on, lifted deep left field. Back goes McPhee, warning track, he looks up, and that one's gone! two-run home run from Phelan Lentini. His 6th home run of the season, 2nd in as many nights. And the Ducks extend their lead to 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
So Lentini starting to pick things up at the plate for the Ducks. Again, his 2nd home run in as many nights, and Long Island was on top at that point, 4-1. They would add on to their lead once again in the bottom of the 7th and in the bottom of the 8th, as Jared Lansford's day finished after the top of the 7th inning when he struck out 2 batters in that inning. Pedro Liriano's day was done after he allowed the home run to Phelan Lentini. Liriano went 6 innings in which he allowed 4 runs, all earned on 9 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And Liriano eventually took the loss. He dropped to 1-10 overall this season. Lansford went 7 innings. He earned the win, in which he allowed just 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts over those 7 innings. Lansford improved to 8-4 overall this season. So fast forward to the bottom of the 7th inning with the Ducks on top 4-1. Lou Ford began the inning by striking out Swinning, and then Adam Bailey would step to the plate and hit one of the furthest balls hit at Bethpage Ballpark this season.
Click from the stretch, the 3-2 to Bailey. Fastball lifted, deep right field. Forget about this one. A towering solo home run for Adam Bailey. His 18th home run of the season, and the Ducks are on top 5-1.
So it was Adam Bailey giving the Ducks a 5-1 lead. Long Island would add 1 more run in the bottom of the 8th inning on an RBI single from Phelan Lentini. That provided more than enough offense for the Ducks as they won last night's ball game by a final score of 6-1. Again, Jared Lansford, the winning pitcher, Pedro Liriano, the losing pitcher. No save was recorded in the ball game. Phelan Lentini certainly excelled at the plate. He went 2 for 5 overall, including his 6th home run of the season. That home run, alongside 3 runs batted in and a stolen base, his 44th stolen base of the year. So Lentini really the offensive star in last night's ball game for Long Island. Jared Lansford, the pitching star for the Ducks. And as we look more towards tonight's ball game, it'll be Doug Arguello on the mound for the Ducks against Wes Torres for the Riversharks. For Arguello, he's making his 6th appearance and just 2nd start of the season for Long Island. He worked 4 innings against the Somerset Patriots in his first start, in which he tossed 75 pitches, allowed just 1 run over those 4 innings, and eventually got the no decision because he didn't go the 5 innings to qualify for the win. It was a game in which Long Island eventually defeated the Patriots. So Arguello looking for his 2nd consecutive strong start, and he'll work against Wes Torres, who will be making his 3rd start of the season against Long Island. Torres has struggled a little bit against the Flock this season, but the Riversharks are turning to the righty, the first-year Shark, to try to end this skid. Again, the Riversharks trying to salvage this 4-game series. Long Island has took the first 3 games by an aggregate of 18-2. The only 2 runs scored this series by the Riversharks both came on RBI groundouts. 1 Saturday night and 1 Sunday evening as well. So as the Ducks take the field, we'll take a break here on the pregame show for the national anthem. When we return, we'll have the starting lineups and first pitch as the Ducks go up against the Riversharks, looking for a 4-game sweep here on Labor Day on Long Island. All that coming up next on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Steve Foucault, pitching coach for the Ducks. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home, with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home, with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Life without Ducks baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks baseball. Bethpage Ballpark is set. Quacker Jack is ready, and the flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
And welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here in the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio and video streaming at liducks.com. We are getting ready for first pitch in the finale of this 4-game series between the Long Island Ducks and the Camden Riversharks. Go over first both lineups. First, for the visiting Riversharks, they're managed tonight by Ron Conkevice. The hitting coach is Brett Benvecchio, and their pitching coach is Chris Widger. Their lineup tonight similar to the one that they've brought out a couple of nights in a row. The one big difference is that Jose Julio Ruiz not in the lineup tonight for the Riversharks, arguably their most dangerous batter. Instead, it's Brian Van Kirk, who's a designated hitter, batting cleanup for the Riversharks. But the top of the order remains the same. It's Brandon Chavez leading things off at shortstop. Patty Matera hits second at second base. Brian Pounds third at third base. Brian Van Kirk is the cleanup hitter and the designated batter for the Riversharks tonight. Jose Morales hits fifth at first base. P.J. Phillips bats sixth. He'll get the start over in center field. Eric Perez hits seventh in right field. Mike Albaladejo behind home plate catching for Camden tonight, hitting eighth. And rounding up the order for the Riversharks is Zach McPhee. He hits ninth, makes the start in left field. And on the mound for Camden tonight is number 38, the righty, Wes Torres. So they'll work against Doug Arguello on the mound for Long Island here in the top of the first inning. Arguello, his first year with Long Island, third year in the Atlantic League, pitched with the Somerset Patriots in 2012, with the Sugar Land Skeeters in 2013. The 6'3", 215-pound southpaw, currently residing in Fairfax, Virginia, the Nicaragua countryman, takes the mound for his second start of the season for Long Island. He works from the windup, and the first pitch of tonight's ballgame, a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. First pitch tonight, local time 6:39 p.m. Of course, now that we're in the month of September, game times have moved up a little bit here at the Duck Pond, as the fastball on the outside corner for a called strike to Chavez. A switch hitter bats from the right here, and the count moves to 0-2. Throughout the summer, weeknight games were starting at 7:05, but now with school starting tomorrow, the game time has moved back up to 6:35 for weeknight games, as the fastball here misses inside 1-2. Saturday night games will remain at 7:05, and Sunday afternoon games move now to a 1:35 first pitch. Arguello works from the windup here against the switch-hitting Brendan Chavez. The 1-2 from Arguello swung on and missed strike three. So Doug Arguello strikes out the first batter he works against tonight, gets Brendan Chavez out in front of a changeup, one away in the top of the first inning. That'll bring Patty Matera to the plate, and we'll set the defense for the Ducks tonight. In left field, it's Adam Bailey. Center field, Lou Ford. In right field, Phelan Lentini. Along the infield, status quo for the Ducks. Brendan Harris at third. Dan Lyons at short. Cody Puck at second. Joe Ash Brodeen at first. And behind home plate, it's Brandon Bantz. First pitch here to Matera is a fastball that misses low, 1-0. Arguello this season with the Ducks. Again, this is his sixth appearance, second start. He is not factored into a decision. It has a 2.25 ERA. That's 2 earned runs allowed over 8 innings of work. Here the fastball misses inside, and the count moves to 2-0. Of Arguello's 5 previous appearances, 4 have come against the Somerset Patriots. That came pretty much due to the scheduling for the Ducks. At the same time that Doug Arguello was signed by Long Island, the Ducks were in the middle of a stretch in which they played the Somerset Patriots 10 times in 14 days, including 7 consecutive games against each other. So with Arguello getting his work, pretty much it all worked against his former team. Played with the Patriots in 2012. Here the 2-0 to Matera is grounded down the third base line. Harris with the backhanded stop across the diamond. Not in time. First base umpire Fred DeJesus said that Matera beat it out for an infield single. First hit of the ball game for the Riversharks. They only had 1 hit through the first 5 innings of last night's ball game, but here they get a hit in the bottom of the first. And now that'll bring Brian Pounds to the plate. The umpires for tonight's ball game, it's John Torres behind home. Fred DeJesus at first, Rich Maggio over at third. Arguello from the stretch. First pitch to Brian Pounds, fastball, 2-seamer, misses inside 1-0. Arguello has struck out 6 batters against 2 walks in his 8 innings of work so far. His only start of the season came his last time out against the Somerset Patriots on Wednesday night, last Wednesday, as the 1-0 here misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. In that start, Arguello went 4 innings in which he allowed just 1 run against Somerset on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Faced 17 batters in that outing and received a no decision in a game in which Long Island eventually won 6-1. The 2-0. Fastball swung on and missed. That was over the outside part of the plate, and the count moves to 2-1. In that last start for Arguello, the only run he allowed was in the bottom of the first inning. Recorded the first 2 outs of that ball game, but then 3 consecutive 2-out singles from Corey Smith, Darrell Ward, and Luis Montañez. Pleaded the only run against him. Here he'll throw over to first base, and Patty Matera back standing safely. But after Arguello left, after those 4 innings of work, the Ducks bullpen went into work. 5 different Ducks relievers combined to throw 5 shutout innings against the Patriots en route to that 6-1 victory. Here Arguello from the stretch. The 2-1 to Pounds is lined into shallow center. Ford will race in, but it falls in front of him for a base hit. Pounds able to line a base hit into center field off the end of the bat, and the Riversharks with 2 hits off of Doug Arguello here in the top of the first.
Batting in the 4th position, designated hitter number 25, Brian Van Kirk.
So already the decision for the Riversharks to play Brian Van Kirk over Jose Julio Ruiz will come into play, as this would normally be a situation which Julio Ruiz would hit in, but with the southpaw Arguello on the mound, the Riversharks go with the right-handed hitting Brian Van Kirk as their designated hitter tonight instead of the left-handed hitting Julio Ruiz. First pitch here to Van Kirk. 2-seamer misses outside, 1-0. Van Kirk hitting .254 this year with 10 home runs and 47 runs batted in. Arguello stares Patty Matera down at second base. The 1-0 misses low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. I doubt the decision by the Riversharks to keep Julio Ruiz out of the lineup is because of a lefty-on-lefty matchup, because in 94 at-bats against left-handed pitching this year, Jose Julio Ruiz is hitting .340. He's got a better batting average against southpaws than he does against right-handed pitching, as the fastball here from Arguello crosses the knees for a called strike, 2-1. But Van Kirk's in the lineup tonight. He's a .267 batter against left-handed pitching. Has an opportunity here to give Camden what would be their first lead of the series. The 2-1. Change up on the outside corner for a called strike. And that runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. You have Patty Matera leading off of second base. Brian Pounds off of first. 1 away, top of the first inning. No score between the Ducks and the Riversharks. Infield plays back, hoping for a ground ball. The outfield straight up against Van Kirk. Arguello from the stretch checks the runners, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the ball game for Doug Arguello. Not what Brian Van Kirk was looking to do there. You got to at least try to advance the runners in that situation. But a king-size strikeout for Arguello makes it 2 away here in the top of the first, and that'll bring Jose Morales to the plate. Morales, another switch hitter for the Riversharks, makes the start at first base tonight. Alternated between starting at first and starting as the designated hitter in this 4-game series. A .284 batter this year with 1 home run and 19 runs batted in. And Camden looking for their first lead of this series. First pitch here to Morales is grounded over towards short. Lyons fields at the edge of the infield dirt, fires it on to second base for the easy putout, and that retires the side. So no runs for the Riversharks on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Move to the bottom of the first, no score between the Ducks and the Sharks on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers, Nicoloc pavers, pave your way.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Fans, the Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quackerjack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916. Bottom of the first inning here at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz on the call. YouTube.com/DucksBaseball at LIDucks.com. Here, it'll be Wes Torres on the mound as we set the lineup for the Ducks in the bottom of the first. Managed by Kevin Baez. The pitching coach is Steve Foucault, and the hitting coach is Lou Ford. It'll be Phelan Lentini leading things off, followed by Brendan Harris. Lou Ford hits third. Bill Hall's the designated hitter batting cleanup. Adam Bailey hits fifth. Cody Puckett sixth. Brandon Bance seventh. Joe Ashbrodine eighth. And Dan Lyons rounds up the order, hitting ninth. Lentini will lead things off, a .312 batter this year with 6 home runs and 58 runs batted in. It's been a strong series for Phelan. He'll look to parlay that success into another ball game tonight against Camden as Wes Torres works from the windup, and the first pitch to Lentini is a fastball taken on the inside for a called strike, and it counts 0-1. Torres stands at 6'5", 210 from White Plains, New York. He's been an independent baseball player throughout his career. The 0-1 here to Lentini on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-2. He made his professional debut with Windy City of the Frontier League last year, recorded a 2.25 ERA in 8 innings of work. Now has moved his way over to the Atlantic League as Lentini grounds the 0-2 to the right side. Matera fields at the edge of the infield dirt, and he makes the throw over to first base in time for out number 1. So we'll set the defense for the Riversharks in the bottom of the first as Brendan Harris will step to the plate. In the outfield, it's Zach McPhee in left, P.J. Phillips in center, and Eric Perez in right. Along the infield, Brian Pounds at third base, Brandon Chavez at short, Patty Matera second, Jose Morales at first, and Mike Albaladejo behind home plate, all catching for Wes Torres on the mound. So no score here in the bottom of the first inning, 1 away, and the right-handed hitting Brendan Harris steps to the plate against the righty Torres. From the windup, first pitch to the former big leaguers, a fastball that's taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Harris hitting .296 this year with 6 home runs and 42 runs batted in. The 1-0. Fastball swung on, lifted deep left center. Back goes McPhee, warning track. He looks up, it's off the top of the fence and bounces over for a home run. Solo home run for Brendan Harris, his 7th of the season. And the Ducks lead early on here in the bottom of the first, 1-0 over the Riversharks. Harris cranked that one to left center. It hit the very top of the fence, and the parts that connect one piece of fence from another that lift about maybe 2 feet above where the yellow line is on the top of the fence. It would have been a home run regardless, but after it ricocheted off that top part of the fence, it bounced over towards the bullpen for the Riversharks. A solo home run for Brendan Harris. Again, his 7th of the season, and once again, the Ducks lead early on in the ball game as the first pitch to Lou Ford's a fastball at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. So Camden has continued to not lead at all during this series as Ford rips a ground ball down the third base line. It goes under the glove of the third baseman, Brian Pounds. It's ruled a hit. So it's a single for Lou Ford. The Ducks have a runner at first base, leading 1-0, and one away here in the bottom of the first for Bill Hall. Sharply hit by Lou Ford. Pounds had to reach to his right and wasn't able to field that one cleanly. Went directly underneath his glove. Play he probably should have made. Instead, it's ruled a base hit for Lou Ford. And Bill Hall will step to the plate now with one away. Hall, a right-handed batter with an extremely open stance, works against the righty Torres. From the stretch for the first time tonight, the fastball is taken low for a ball, 1-0. Hall hitting .236 this season, 3 home runs and 16 runs batted in. He had last night off, but is back into the lineup tonight. The 1-0. This is upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Last night it was Evan Crawford who made the start in right field. Phelan Lentini was in center, and that gave Lou Ford an opportunity to be the designated hitter. But here Hall's back into the lineup. Doesn't quite have his average where he'd like to have it, but has still displayed plenty of power throughout the season as he swings through the fastball here and the count moves to 2-1. Ducks leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the first on a solo home run from Brendan Harris. Ducks have been home run happy so far in this series. They had 2 home runs last night against the Riversharks as Hall lifts one to right center field here, and that's going to drop in for a base hit in front of Eric Perez. Lou Ford will go first to third. 3 hits already for the Ducks in the bottom of the first. Runners on the corners with 1 away, and that'll bring Adam Bailey to the plate. So Torres getting hit hard here in the bottom of the first. And now a dangerous situation for the Riversharks. They're already trailing 1-0. And the left-handed hitting Bailey, who lifted possibly the furthest hit ball at Bethpage Ballpark this season. He hit that last night, a towering mammoth solo home run in the bottom of the 7th inning off of Camden relief pitcher Michael Click. That at the time gave the Ducks a 5-1 lead. Here Bailey takes the first pitch, changeup low, and the count moves to 1-0. Bailey hitting .304 this year with 18 home runs to lead the team, and his 81 runs batted in are tied with Lou Ford for the team lead and third in the league overall. Here he rips it down the right field line, and that's going to stay fair for a base hit. Lou Ford scores from third base. Bill Hall will go first to third. An RBI single for Adam Bailey, his team leading 82nd run batted in of the season, and the Ducks lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
Batting in the 6th position for Long Island, the second baseman, number 2, Cody Puckett, number 2.
Well, the Ducks have come out swinging here against Wes Torres. 4 hits already for the first 5 batters of this ball game. Runners remain at the corners with 1 away, and now Cody Puckett will step in. Ducks motivated to try to get that 4-game sweep of the Riversharks, finish off this series at home strong before hopping on a plane and flying down to Sugar Land, Texas, early tomorrow morning as the first pitch changeup to Puckett misses outside 1-0. Puckett hitting .287 this year with 8 home runs and 68 runs batted in. 68 ribeye stakes, third most on the team. The 1-0. His fastball swung on and lifted to center field. Under it is P.J. Phillips. He has plenty of time. He makes the catch. Bill Hall will tag up from third base and score without a throw. It's a sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Cody Puckett. His 69th run batted in of the season, and the Ducks lead 3-0. So 3 runs for the Ducks here in the bottom of the first inning. They've now outscored the Riversharks by an aggregate of 21-2 so far in the first 3+ games of this 4-game series. And Brandon Bance will be the 7th batter of the inning for the Ducks. Bailey continues to lead off of first base. Brendan Harris, Lou Ford, and Bill Hall have all scored here in the bottom of the first. Bance first pitch swinging, bloops it to shallow right center. In comes Phillips. He reaches out and makes the catch to retire the side. But Long Island puts up 3 runs here in the bottom of the first inning. 3 runs coming on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Ducks lead 3-0 through 1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter @TheDannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Labor is on the move.
They are the Public Employees Federation.
They know it's time for workers to unite, to speak out, to demand government accountability for the way public services are delivered.
They provide healthcare services, mental health services, and services to the developmentally disabled.
They're the Public Employees Federation, PEF.
The problem-solving union. PEF is the union that cares for the community. Learn more at pef.org. PEF. Labor on the move.
Top of the second inning here at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio and video streaming at liducks.com. 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Get the Ducks off to a hot start here on Labor Day. Doug Arguello will take the mound for his second inning of work. Long Island bringing 7 batters to the plate in that bottom of the first, scoring 3 runs. A solo home run from Brendan Harris, RBI single from Adam Bailey, and a sacrifice fly from Cody Puckett, providing the damage for Long Island. So here in the top of the second inning, Arguello will work against the 6, 7, 8 batters. P.J. Phillips, Eric Perez, and Mike Albaladejo all due up. First pitch from Arguello is a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. Arguello faced 5 batters in the top of the first inning, struck out a pair, did allow 2 base hits, but was able to work out of danger when he forced Jose Morales to ground out to a fielder's choice to retire the side. Here the fastball misses inside, and the count moves to 1-1. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Long Island, no runs on 2 hits, and no errors for the Riversharks. The 1-1 from Arguello. Fastball taken low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Long Island wearing their traditional home white jerseys today with the white pants, the script Ducks across the chest in the orange letters with the teal numbering, and a black hat with a single-tone black brim. From the windup, the 2-1. Fastball grounded over to short, lines in front, but he can't field it cleanly. It ricochets off the bottom of his glove. And P.J. Phillips will be safe at first base. See how that's officially scored as Lyons had to range to his left. And it's ruled a hit. So P.J. Phillips gets himself a base hit. It's the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Camden Riversharks. Leadoff base runner on here in the top of the second inning, and that'll bring Eric Perez to the plate. So 3 hits already for the Riversharks in the first inning plus against Doug Arguello. Again, they had only 1 hit in the first 5 innings against Jared Lansford last night. Had just 5 hits total in the ballgame. Arguello from the stretch. First pitch here to Perez. 2-seamer misses on the outside part. 1-0. Perez is batting .273 this season with no home runs and 4 runs batted in. Now playing in his 19th game of the year with the Riversharks. He'll ask for time, and it's granted by the home plate umpire, John Torres. The Riversharks wearing a more traditional road gray jersey with the blocked blue Camden letters, a sans serif font going across the chest, gray pants, and a single-tone navy hat with a navy brim. As here Perez fouls off the fastball and the count runs even, a 1 ball and 1 strike. Perez last night went 0 for 4 from the plate. He is overall 1 for 10 in this series against Long Island entering tonight's ball game. As Arguello will throw over to first base and Phillips back standing safely. Camden has not been much of a threat along the base paths as a team this season, only with 57 stolen bases compared to being caught stealing 34 times. Certainly not a strong ratio for the Riversharks. As the 1-1 here to Perez misses upstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. Phillips leads off of first base, and he's 0 for 1 along the base paths this year. So the Riversharks 57 stolen bases, a stark contrast to the Ducks 107 steals as a team this year. The 2-1 from Arguello. Fastball misses low, 3 balls and 1 strike. In fact, Camden's 57 steals are just 2 more than Sugarland, who is bottom at the league in steals with 55 this season. The Ducks rank second, long behind the York Revolution, who are really blowing out every other team in terms of stolen bases this year. Here, Phillips takes off. Fastball misses outside, so Bance won't throw down to second base. Instead, it's a walk drawn by Eric Perez. First walk allowed by Doug Arguello tonight. And the Riversharks have the first 2 runners on base here in the top of the second inning for Mike Albaladejo. So Doug Arguello has allowed at least 2 base runners in each of his first 2 innings of work. Has yet to record an out here in the top of the second inning, as the Riversharks look for what would potentially be their first real rally of this series. Albaladejo at the plate. He drops a bunt down the third base line, executed perfectly. Harris with the bare hand, his throw to first just beats Albaladejo in time. A successful sacrifice for the Riversharks, score at 5-4 if you're keeping track at home. P.J. Phillips advances over to third base, Eric Perez over to second. Now first base will be unoccupied for Zach McPhee, with 1 away in the top of the second inning and the Ducks leading 3-0. McPhee will bat from the right side of the plate here against the southpaw Arguello. Switch hitter, we've seen him bat from the left side in the first 3 games of this series, but this will be his first time from the right. Went 1 for 2 yesterday. Overall 2 hits in this series in 8 at-bats. Here a 2-seamer crosses the outside part of the plate for a called strike, 0-1. Riversharks have only scored 2 runs in this series through the first 3 games. Both of those runs coming on RBI groundouts. Here they have an opportunity to trim this deficit with P.J. Phillips leading off of third and Eric Perez off of second. Infield plays back. They'll trade an out for a run as the 0-1 curve drops in for a called strike, 0-2. Camden had 2 base runners in the top of the first inning with 1 away. Runners at first and second, but Arguello bounced back to strike out Brian Van Kirk swinging and force Jose Morales to ground into a fielder's choice to retire the side and keep the Riversharks off the scoreboard. Ducks responded in the bottom of the first with 3 runs to take the lead. The 0-2 here to McPhee. Slider misses well inside. A nice block made by Brandon Bance. And no, that wound up coming inside and hitting McPhee. Bance appealing that that ball had hit the dirt and he had blocked it. McPhee didn't initially move as if that ball had hit him. Bance appeals to the home plate umpire, John Torres, and now we'll have a meeting of the umpires along the infield to see if anybody else had a better sight line to see as if whether McPhee was hit or not on that pitch. Kevin Baez was ready to come out of the dugout for Long Island to talk things over with the umpires, but he'll wait to see what the official ruling is here. And now McPhee will be asked to retreat back to home plate. So after a meeting of the umpires along the infield, it has been decided that Zach McPhee was in fact not hit by a pitch. So he'll return to the right-handed batter's box with a 1-2 count. And now the manager for the Riversharks, Ron Karkovice, is out to argue things with the umpires. First, he appealed to the third base umpire, Rich Maggio, and now is talking with home plate umpire John Torres, possibly arguing to say, you know, you had the best angle out of everyone. How come you didn't make the call successfully the first time around? And how come you can't get it, well, why'd you have to talk to the other umpires? Either way, the ruling has been made. McPhee retreats back to the right-handed batter's box. Karkovice doesn't get too heated in his argument with the umpires and will resume play with a 1-2 count to McPhee. Runners at second and third, one away. You have Phillips leading off of third base, Perez off of second. One out, top of the second inning. The Ducks lead by 3. Arguello trying to work himself out of danger once again for the second consecutive inning as Brendan Chavez awaits on deck. Here the switch-hitting McPhee bats from the right side against the southpaw Arguello. Stares the runner down at second. From the stretch, the 1-2. Curveball in there for a called third strike. Well, you know McPhee won't be happy with that at bat. The end result is not what he was looking for. He thought that he had been granted first base on a hit batsman, but instead it's a big strikeout for Arguello. His third strikeout of the ballgame. First of the looking variety. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order with 2 away for Brendan Chavez. Chavez struck out 2 times last night, went 1 for 4 overall. He's already struck out once tonight. A switch hitter, batting from the right side. Camden looking to get on the scoreboard. First pitch from Arguello is a fastball that misses outside 1-0. Again, Chavez with a 184 batting average this season. Not what you normally like to see out of the leadoff batter. Has a 276 on-base percentage. The 1-0. Fastball grounded up the middle. Lyons ranges to his left. A tough hop eats him up, and a run will score from third base. That was a tough hop for Dan Lyons. It's ruled a hit. So an infield single and a run batted in for Brandon Chavez, and the Riversharks are on the scoreboard as it's now a 3-1 ball game. Unfortunate for Dan Lyons. He got in front of that one, but at the last second the ball took an odd hop and wound up hitting him in the chest. Wasn't able to field it cleanly, so instead of a 6-3 putout to retire the side, it's ruled an infield single for Brandon Chavez, his 12th run batted in of the season. P.J. Phillips scores from third base. On to third goes Eric Perez. And it's now a 3-1 ball game here in the top of the second inning. As Patty Matera will step in. The first pitch to Matera is swung on and missed 0-1. Matera had a base hit his first time up. It was on an infield single, which Dan Lyons couldn't make a strong play on. Lyons has already had a couple of tough chances so far tonight as Arguello will throw over to first. And Chavez back standing safely. So 4 hits now for the Riversharks through the first inning and 2/3 of tonight's ball game. They only had 5 hits overall last night against a combination of Jared Lansford, Sergio Perez, and Tommy Organ. The 0-1. Swung on, grounded over to the left side. Harris can't make the diving stop. Lyons with the backhand across the diamond. Throws out Matera to retire the side. Well, Lyons had struggled in the field earlier in the inning, but a strong throw across the diamond beats Matera, and that ends the inning. But a run does come home for the Riversharks on an RBI infield single from Brendan Chavez. So 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We move to the bottom of the second inning. Ducks lead 3-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Bobby Blevins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
It's your money, and you have the power to save it. Make a few simple changes, and you can use less electricity and save real money. By installing Energy Star light bulbs and products for your home, you can save hundreds of dollars each year. At PSEG Long Island, we're working hard to serve you in the way you deserve. Check out our energy-saving tips and tools at pseglinY.com/save money.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Family's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Fans, every double play that the Ducks turn this season is presented by the New York State Public Employees Federation. PEF, the problem-solving union providing health care services, mental health services, and services to the developmentally disabled. New York State Public Employees Federation, the union that cares for the community. Bottom of the second inning here at the Duck Pond as Joash Brodeen takes the first pitch changeup on the outside corner for a called strike 0-1. Ducks currently leading it 3-1 over the Riversharks. It'll be Brodeen, Dan Lyons, and then back to the top of the order for Long Island as Brodeen cranks one to deep right field. But over is Eric Perez, and he tracks it down for out number 1. So quickly one away here in the bottom of the second inning. And that'll bring Dan Lyons to the plate. An RBI infield single from Brendan Chavez in the top of the second inning has brought the Riversharks within 2 runs. Ducks continue to lead 3-1. It's 3 runs on 4 hits for Long Island, 1 run on 4 hits for the Riversharks. First pitch here to Lyons from Wes Torres is in there for a called strike 0-1. Ducks had 3 runs on 4 hits in the bottom of the first inning against Torres, including a solo home run from Brendan Harris, an RBI single from Adam Bailey, and a sacrifice fly from Cody Puckett. Here Lyons lifts one to deep center field. Phillips ranges back, but in front of the warning track makes the catch for out number 2.
Back to the top of the order for your Long Island Ducks.
So Wes Torres quickly retires the first 2 batters he faces in the bottom of the second inning, and that'll bring Phelan Lentini to the plate, who's 0 for 1. Grounded out to second back in the first inning. Lentini coming off a very strong game against the Riversharks last night, 2 for 5. Home run, 2 runs scored, 3 runs batted in, and a stolen base. A complete effort from Lentini. Here the first pitch from Torres, a fastball misses low, 1-0. Ducks looking to finish off this 4-game series with a win before heading down to Sugar Land, Texas tomorrow. Here the fastball misses outside, 2-0. It'll be a very important 7-game series between the Ducks and the Skeeters to be played over the course of 6 days. The 2-0. Fastball misses inside, 3 balls and no strikes. It very well could wind up that the next 7 games for Long Island can ultimately determine their fate in the 2014 season. The 3-0 to Lentini. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike, 3-1. Currently, the Sugar Land Skeeters are a game up on the Lancaster Barnstormers for first place in the Freedom Division. But if the Skeeters were to fall out of first place, they'd be fighting with the Ducks for wild card positioning. As Lentini grounds one foul down the left field line, and the count runs full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Skeeters currently with a 4-game better record than the Ducks overall this year. So very important 7 games coming up between Long Island and Sugar Land. And when the Ducks come back from Texas, they'll welcome in the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs for a 3-game series beginning on September 9th. And at that point, we'll have a much clearer understanding of where the Ducks stand in the playoff race as Lentini takes a fastball upstairs for ball 4. It's the first walk allowed by Wes Torres tonight, and fans, that's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. So a 2-out base runner for Long Island here in the bottom of the second inning. And now Brendan Harris will step to the plate already with a solo home run tonight. Drilled it to left center field and hit off the very top of the fence and then bounced over the fence for Harris's 7th home run of the season. Here takes a fastball high and tight for a ball, 1-0. Speaking of the Sugar Land Skeeters, we've already had a couple of games go final tonight as Phelan Lentini has to dive back to first base with Torres throwing over. And the count still at 1-0. The Sugar Land Skeeters defeated the Bridgeport Bluefish 13-4 over at the ballpark at Harbor Yard with a 109 first pitch earlier today. The 1-0 here to Harris. Curveball drops in for a called strike, 1-1. The 3 other games in the Atlantic League are currently underway. High-scoring affair once again between the Somerset Patriots and the York Revolution over at Santander Stadium, with Somerset leading that ball game 11-8. It's a game in which the Ducks fans certainly rooting for the Revs. The 1-1 here to Harris is grounded to third, fielded by Pounds, is throw to second in time for the fielder's choice put out, and that will retire the side. So no runs for Long Island, no hits, no errors, and one runner left on base. Through two, the Ducks lead 3-1 on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Top of the third inning now with the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz here on the call as the Ducks currently leading it over the Camden Riversharks 3-1. Doug Arguello back to the mound as he'll work his third inning of work. And he'll work against the middle of the order for the Riversharks. 3, 4, 5 batters due up. It'll be Brian Pounds followed by Brian Van Kirk and Jose Morales. First pitch from Arguello. Curveball misses outside 1-0. Pounds is 1 for 1, had a base hit back in the first inning. Riversharks failed to capitalize with 2 runners on base in the first, but they did so in the second. As Pounds takes a fastball upstairs here, 2-0. An infield single, a run batted in for Brendan Chavez in the top of the second inning, brought the Riversharks within 2 runs. The 2-0. Fastball misses low and outside, 3 balls and no strikes now. Arguello has already walked the batter while allowing 4 hits and striking out 3 through the first 2 innings of tonight's ballgame. As the fastball here is in there for a called strike, 3-1. The 3-1 from Arguello is fouled off to the backstop, and the count now runs full. And at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 4 hits, and no errors for the Riversharks. Arguello taking his time in between pitches. Works from the windup. Payoff pitch. Curveball lined up the middle, falling quickly, and it drops in front of Lou Ford for a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for Brian Pounds. The Riversharks now out-hitting the Ducks 5-4. That matches their hit output from last night's ball game. As granted, Arguello does have 3 strikeouts so far, but the Riversharks are certainly getting some strong swings off of him. Second consecutive inning in which Camden has had the leadoff batter reach base. And now Brian Van Kirk will step in. Struck out swinging his first time up 0 for 1. First pitch here to Van Kirk. 2-seamer misses outside, 1-0. Arguello threw 34 pitches through the first 2 innings of this ball game. Again, making his second start of the season for the Ducks. Went 4 innings in his first start, so we'll see how long he goes tonight. No exact pitch count or innings limit on Arguello, as Van Kirk swings through the changeup 1-1. That time Arguello pulled the string on Van Kirk, got him well out in front. A nice pitch from the third-year Atlantic League veteran. Continues to work from the stretch, shakes off Brandon Bance, And now finds a pitch in which he agrees. But before that, he'll throw over to first base as Brian Pounds back standing safely. Pounds has not stolen a base yet this season. Has been caught stealing twice. Again, this is the Riversharks team that does not try to test things along the base paths, as here Van Kirk grounds one to second, could be two. Puckett to Lyons, over to Brodeen in time for the 4-6-3 double play. Fans, that double play by the Ducks is brought to you by the New York State Public Employees Federation, PEF, the union that cares for the community. So just like that, 2 down in the top of the third, and that'll bring Jose Morales to the plate. 0 for 1, grounded into a fielder's choice to end the top of the first inning. So exactly what the doctor ordered there for the Ducks and Doug Arguello. He'll look to make quick work of Morales and have himself his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. First pitch swinging, Morales grounds it to third. Harris in front, clean throw on to first in time to retire the side. So it winds up being a quick inning for Doug Arguello. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Move to the bottom of the third. Ducks lead 3-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is right-handed pitcher Josh Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire 15th anniversary season through live chats with Ducks players and exclusive video clips. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Life is better here.
Hey Ducks fans, the final out at the top of the third inning was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Well, get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO. Or visit geico.com. Wes Torres back out to the mound for his third inning of work as the Ducks lead it 3-1 over the Riversharks. Mark Schwartz on the call. Live audio and video streaming both at liducks.com and youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Lou Ford will lead things off for the flock. In the bottom of the third, it'll be Ford followed by Bill Hall, then Adam Bailey. Part of the order due up for Long Island. A happy Labor Day to all of our listeners out there. Hope that everyone's certainly enjoying their Labor Day. Know that a lot of schools get back in session. Public schools across Long Island get back underway tomorrow. As the fastball here to Lou Ford is taken upstairs, 1-0. A lot of people consider this the unofficial end of the summer, and we thank you for tuning in and help spend your last couple of hours of the unofficial summer here with us at the Duck Pond as Ford skies one to deep right field. But Eric Perez camps under it right in front of the warning track for out number 1. So Lou Ford is 1 for 2 today, and that'll bring Bill Hall to the plate, who's 1 for 1. Ducks had 3 runs on 4 hits in the bottom of the first inning against Wes Torres. But Torres bounced back nicely in the bottom of the second. Allowed just a 2-out walk to Phelan Lentini. That was the only damage done there. Here Torres from the windup. First pitch to Hall. Fastball misses low and outside. It gets away from Alba Ladejo. And the count moves to 1-0. Doug Arguello has thrown 44 pitches through the first 3 innings for Long Island. Whereas Wes Torres still working relatively low on the pitch count. The 1-0 here misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Torres needed only 16 pitches to get through the first inning, despite facing 7 batters and allowing 3 runs on 4 hits. The 2-0. Fastball misses outside, 3 balls and no strikes. The Hall works quickly ahead of the count here against Wes Torres. The 3-0. Fastball misses low, ball 4. So the second walk allowed by Wes Torres tonight, and fans, that's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. So Adam Bailey will be the new batter for Long Island. He had an RBI single back in the first inning. Now with 82 runs batted in on the season, that leads the team. Now with those 82 RBI, 1 on top of Lou Ford. And that puts him, for the moment, in sole possession of 3rd place in the Atlantic League when runs batted in. Here the first pitch to Bailey's, a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. That's all pending what's currently going on with the Somerset Patriot York Revolution game. Have a couple of revs in the top 5 in runs batted in this season. As here Bailey cranks one to deep left field over his McFay, and it will one-hop the wall. Bill Hall hustling for 3rd base. He arrived standing safely just in front of the throw. It's double for Adam Bailey. He's 2 for 2 today. And the Ducks with runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 away. Adam Bailey going opposite field there for the double. It hit off the very bottom of the fence. McPhee had no chance to make that catch as he was shaded towards left center field against the left-handed hitting Bailey. So now Ducks are in a position where they could add on to their lead. Currently on top by 2 runs. Infield will come in against Cody Puckett. And the first pitch fastball misses upstairs 1-0. Puckett had a sacrifice fly to center field his first time up, now with 69 runs batted in on the season. The 1-0 is a changeup on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. The Riversharks have the infield in, trailing by 2 here with 1 away in the bottom of the 3rd. First base is unoccupied. The 1-1 is lined up the middle and in front of P.J. Phillips for a base hit. Bill Hall will easily score from 3rd base, an RBI single for Cody Puckett, his 2nd run batted in of the ballgame, 70th of the season. And the Ducks have extended their lead to 4-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So now Brandon Bance will step in as Adam Bailey advanced to 3rd on the play. Long Island continuing to hit Wes Torres hard. Now 6 hits for the Ducks so far through the first 2 1/3 innings of tonight's ballgame. The Riversharks, on the other hand, have 5 hits against Doug Arguello. But Long Island has turned their 6 hits into 4 runs and are still threatening here in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch to Bance is ripped into center field. Over is Phillips. He makes the catch. Momentum carrying him away from home plate. So easily scoring from 3rd base is Adam Bailey. Sacrifice fly from Brandon Bance, and the Ducks lead 5-1. Some situational hitting here for Long Island. The 2nd sacrifice fly for the Ducks tonight. Bailey's easily able to score from 3rd base. 2 runs home here in the bottom of the 3rd. Long Island trying to jump on the first pitch against Torres, and they've had success doing so. Puckett will lead off of first base with 2 away, and Joash Brodeen stepping in. First pitch to Joash. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. Brodeen flew out to right field his first time up, 0 for 1. The 1-0. Fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. Looking at the York Revolution game tonight, Chad Tracy is not in the lineup for the Revs, so he can't add on to his RBI total. But Eric Patterson does have a run batted in so far, as Joash Brodeen skies one foul down the left field line, 1-2. So that means for the time being, at this very moment, Adam Bailey is tied with Eric Patterson for 3rd in the Atlantic League and runs batted in with 82. And Lou Ford is 5th with 81. The 1-2 here to Brodeen is fouled off to the backstop. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joash, a switch hitter, he bats from the left side here against Wes Torres. Prefers to hit from the left side as opposed to the right side of the plate. .258 batter overall this season with 9 home runs, 56 RBI. Here he softly grounds one over to first. Morales makes the easy play, and he steps on the bag himself to retire the side. But 2 more runs come home for the Ducks here in the bottom of the 3rd inning on 2 hits with no errors and 1 runner left on base. Ducks lead 5-1 through 3 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Josh Bodine, first baseman, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home, with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Life without Ducks baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks baseball. Bethpage Ballpark is set. Quacker Jack is ready, and the flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Top of the 4th inning now at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz on the call. As the Ducks lead 5-1 over the Camden Riversharks. 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 5 hits and no errors for the Riversharks. Doug Arguello back to the mound for his 4th inning of work, as he has tossed 44 pitches so far through the first 3 innings. Has allowed that 1 run, while striking out 3 batters. Has also allowed 2 walks to this point. Wes Torres has thrown 46 pitches through 3 innings. So both pitchers relatively in the same ballpark in terms of pitch count, as the first pitch here to P.J. Phillips is a changeup that misses outside, 1-0. Arguello works from the windup quickly. The 1-0 to Phillips. Swung on, grounded down the 3rd baseline, foul. And that'll move the count even a 1-1. Phillips had a single his last time up. He's 1 for 1 today. Eventually came around to score the lone run for the Riversharks of the ball game, scoring from 3rd on an RBI ground out from Brendan Chavez. Former Duck playing with the Riversharks this season. It's now the 15th game that Phillips has played with Camden. The 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. 1-2. So Arguello trying to work another quick inning. Worked a very quick top of the 3rd after he allowed Brian Pounds to begin the inning with a base hit. Here Arguello works from the stretch. Sorry, from the windup, the 1-2. Fastball misses low and inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brian Pounds led off the 3rd inning with a base hit up the middle, but Arguello then forced Brian Van Kirk to ground into a 4-6-3 double play, and then Jose Morales grounded out to 3rd on the first pitch. Here Arguello shakes off Bance, now works from the windup, the 2-2 to the right-handed hitting Phillips, misses outside, ball 3. Again, Arguello has walked 2 batters so far. Jared Lansford walked 2 batters in last night's ball game for Long Island, which broke off a stretch in which Duck starting pitchers had gone 3 consecutive starts without allowing a walk. The 3-2 here to Phillips is grounded sharply to 2nd. Cody Puckett drops to knee to field cleanly, and his throw to first in time. 1 away. And that'll bring Eric Perez to the plate, who walked back in the 2nd inning. And the Ducks 3 games out of first place in the Liberty Division behind the Somerset Patriots. 3 games out of the wild card spot behind the Lancaster Barnstormers. Currently the Patriots leading the Revolution 11-8 in the top of the 8th inning over at Santander Stadium. As the fastball here misses outside for a ball, 1-0. It's another high-scoring affair between the Patriots and the Revolution, as it seems like that's the way that series has gone. Last night it was York winning the ball game 12-11. Here the fastball misses inside to Perez, 2 balls and no strikes. That was a very interesting game last night between York and Somerset, as the Riversharks led 6-0 early in the ball game. Somerset made it a 6-5 game. Here Arguello's fastball is grounded right back to him off the bat of Perez, and the throw to first in time, 2 away. So the the Revolution led 6-0, and then the Patriots made it 6-5. Then the Revolution ballooned their lead up to a 10-5 lead, only for Somerset to come back and make it a 10-9 ball game. York then increased its lead once again to 12-9 before Somerset scored 2 runs to make it 12-11, but eventually it was York holding on to that 12-11 lead for the win. As first pitch swinging here is Mike Albaladejo. He pops it up along the infield. Brodeen underneath it, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So another 1-2-3 inning for Doug Arguello. Works quickly here in the top of the 4th inning. Ducks lead 5-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Sean Garceau, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak pavers, Nicolak pavers, pave your way.
Hey, Duck fans, you want all the latest inside info on your back-to-back Atlantic League champion Long Island Ducks? Then follow Ducks president and general manager Michael Pfaff on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucksGM. You'll find out first right here about player transactions, special stories, and so much more. You'll also be able to interact with Michael directly and get his take on all things Ducks baseball. Head to twitter.com/LIDucksGM today and make sure to follow along throughout the entire 15th anniversary season. Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Bottom of the 4th inning now at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio streaming at LIDucks.com. Currently Long Island leads the Camden Riversharks 5-1. 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Flock. 1 run on 5 hits, and no errors for the Riversharks. And it's the final game of this 4-game series. Long Island won the first 3 by an aggregate of 18-2. And they're currently leading once again by 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. After tonight's ball game, the Ducks will have a little bit of time to rest, but a 3:30 bus in the morning, 3:30 a.m. scheduled to leave Bethpage Ballpark, as the Ducks will then make the flight down to Sugar Land, Texas, to open up a critical 7-game series to be played over 6 days against the Sugar Land Skeeters over at Constellation Field. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Dan Lyons will lead things off for the Ducks. It'll be Lyons, Phelan Lentini, and Brendan Harris due up. Doug Arguello now with 54 pitches thrown through 4 innings. Needed just 10 pitches to get through the top of the 4th. First pitch here to Dan Lyons. Fastball outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Lyons flew out to deep center field his first time up, 0-1. Torres from the windup. 0-1 to Dan. Swung on. This time it's lifted to right field. Fairly deep, but under it is Perez. Has space, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 1 away. Move back to the top of the order, and Phelan Lentini, who walked back in the 2nd inning. 0-1 so far. Lentini stole a base last night for his 44th steal of the season. 2nd in the league in steals behind Wilson Valdez, who had 3 stolen bases last night to give him 47 on the season. Not sure how many steals Valdez has so far tonight, but it's certainly possible that he has swiped a couple of bags. As Lentini steps in, right-handed batter to work against the right-handed starting pitcher Wes Torres. First pitch fastball misses outside, 1-0. 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 5 hits and no errors for the Riversharks. 1-0 to Lentini's, a changeup that misses in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. I mentioned the 7-game upcoming series between the Ducks and the Skeeters. One of those 7 games is going to be the makeup date from a game that was postponed down at Constellation Field the last time the Flock were over in Texas. As Lentini lifts one to right field here, shallow. In comes Perez, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So quickly 2 out, nobody on here in the 4th, and that'll bring Brendan Harris to the plate. 1 for 2 with a solo home run, which came back in the 1st inning, his 7th home run of the season. But because one of the makeup games between the Ducks and the Skeeters will be from the first half of the season, it'll be that game that is affecting the first half standings for Long Island. And granted, the win goes towards the first half, and it does help out the overall. It doesn't help out the Ducks in terms of their division race. As here the fastball to Brendan Harris misses low, 1-0. Even if the Ducks were to win that ball game with the record affecting the first half, as the 1-0 here to Harris misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes, it wouldn't make any difference in terms of the playoff positioning from the first half, because Somerset finished 6 games up on Long Island to take the Liberty division. Here the fastball misses low, and Harris jumps ahead in the count 3-0. But a win would help out the Ducks' overall record, which certainly remains in play when you look at the wild card standings. Long Island currently 3 games behind the Lancaster Barnstormers. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike here to Harris, and the count moves to 3-1. Harris taking all the way there with a 3-0 count. And the pitch. Fastball inside, ball 4. 3rd walk drawn by the Ducks tonight, and fans, that's another municipal credit union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. So that'll continue the inning and give Luke Ford a 2-out at bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ducks on top by 5 runs. Ford's 1 for 2, had a base hit in the 1st on a sharply hit ground ball that went underneath the glove of the 3rd baseman, Brian Pounds. Also flew out to right field in the 3rd. Here Harris leads off of first base, held on by Jose Morales. First pitch to Ford. Fastball misses high and outside, 1-0. So it'll certainly be interesting to keep track of that 7-game series between the Ducks and the Skeeters. Could ultimately determine how the Ducks are looking for the final 2 weeks of the regular season. As here Ford swings over the fastball while simultaneously dropping to a knee. And the count's 1-1. After that 7-game series, the Ducks will have off on Monday, September 8th, before returning to action here at the Duck Pond Tuesday, September 9th. Here Ford swings through the fastball and falls behind in the count, 1-2. In that series, Long Island will welcome the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs to Bethpage Ballpark. It'll be the 2nd of 2 remaining trips for the Blue Crabs here to Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks have 6 games remaining against the Blue Crabs, most against any other team besides Sugar Land. As here Ford skies one down the right field line, over is Perez, still giving chase, but that'll land in the stands. Out of play, 1-2, the count remains. In fact, this is the last Liberty Division matchup for the Ducks in the regular season. They've already finished up their schedules against the Somerset Patriots and the Bridgeport Bluefish. And this is the last time that the Camden Riversharks will go up against the Ducks this season. The 20th of 20 games. Harris leads off at first. The 1-2 to Ford is grounded foul down the 3rd base line. Entering tonight, the Ducks currently leading the season series 12-7 over the Riversharks, including holding a 7-2 advantage here at the Duck Pond, which also includes Long Island winning 6 consecutive against Camden here at Bethpage Ballpark. That dates back to a weekend series sweep over the Riversharks in early July. 1-2 here to Ford. Fastball misses low. Albaladejo with a snap throw down to first base, but Harris back standing safely. And the count has run even now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. After tonight's ballgame, the Ducks with just 9 home games remaining in the 2014 season. They have that 3-game home series against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs from September 9th through 11th, as Ford fouls off the fastball to stay alive. They then have a weekend series against the York Revolution, 3-game series over at Santander Stadium, and then after that, the Ducks finish the season at home, a 6-game homestand, 3 against the Lancaster Barnstormers, and 3 more against the Blue Crabs to finish off the 2014 campaign. Here, Ford grounds one past the dive of the third baseman Brian Pounds and into left field for a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for Lou Ford. 2-out rally here, and that'll bring Bill Hall to the plate. Valiant effort from Brian Pounds over at third, but wasn't able to get to that one as it bounced underneath his glove. So Ford's 2 for 3. Now Bill Hall will step in. He's 1 for 1, has been on base 2 times and has scored 2 runs. Singled in the first, eventually scored on the sacrifice fly from Cody Puckett. Walked in the third, scored on the RBI single from Cody Puckett. First pitch here to Hall, fastball misses high and outside, 1-0. Wes Torres had quickly recorded the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. But a 2-out walk to Brendan Harris, and now a 2-out base hit to Lou Ford has extended this inning. Ducks on top by 4. The 1-0 to Hall, check swing on the fastball upstairs, and the first base umpire Fred DeJesus said that he went around. Despite some grumblings from the Flock faithful, and the count runs even a 1-1. Harris here leads off of second base, Ford off of first. 2 away, bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-1. Fastball misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fans can certainly circle some dates on their calendar during that final homestand for Long Island, as there will be some very important games left to be played between the Ducks and their opponents, specifically the 3-game series between the Ducks and the Lancaster Barnstormers, which kicks off that final 6-game homestand. The 2-1 here to Hall is swung on and popped up along the infield. Coming in from first base is Jose Morales. He converges with Matera, but still makes the catch to retire the side. No runs for the Ducks here in the bottom of the 4th inning. On 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Through 4, the Ducks lead 5-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is infield Sergio Miranda, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Doug Arguello back to the mound for the top of the 5th inning as Long Island leads 5-1 over the Camden Riversharks. First pitch to Zach McPhee is a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quackerjack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. McPhee fouls off the 1-0 fastball, and the count moves to 1-1. McPhee's 0 for 1 today, struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. And a bit of a bizarre at-bat. Doug Arguello was ahead in the count 0-2 and threw a hard slider which missed low and inside. Here, this slider breaks on the outside corner for a strike 1-2. But in that second inning at bat, Zach McPhee thought that he was hit by a pitch, and he took first base. And originally, he was ruled to have been hit by the pitch by the home plate umpire John Torres. The 1-2 here from Arguello. Slider misses upstairs, 2-2. McPhee didn't initially motion towards taking first, which would indicate that he might not have actually been hit by the pitch. And after all three umpires met to talk things over, they decided that in fact he was not hit by the pitch. As here McPhee fouls one off down the first base line. And he stays alive. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So McPhee had to come back to the batter's box. And then on the next pitch that he saw, wound up striking out looking on a nice breaking ball from Arguello. It looks like McPhee broke his bat on that last foul ball, so he slowly walks into the Riversharks dugout. He'll get a new piece of lumber and try to put some pine tar on it. Or no, he won't put any pine tar on it, just walk right back to the batter's box. But at his slow pace, taking his time with the 2-2 count. No sense of urgency whatsoever from McPhee. Sun is pretty much fully set here at Bethpage Ballpark, so all the lights currently illuminating the field. 2-2. Slider swung on and missed, strike 3. Fourth strikeout of the ballgame for Doug Arguello. Second time that McPhee has struck out tonight. One away here in the top of the 5th. That'll move us back to the top of the order and Brandon Chavez. Chavez is 1 for 2. He is the lone run batted in of the ballgame for the Riversharks. Had an RBI infield single back in the second inning. It was a ground ball hit up the middle. Dan Lyons ranged to his left and tried to field the ball, but took a funny hop at the last second. Lyons knocked it down with his chest, but in to score from third base was P.J. Phillips. And that, at the time, trimmed the Ducks' lead to 3-1 as the first pitch to Chavez missed inside 1-0. And Arguello quickly from the windup. The 1-0 is grounded over to Lyons. Long hop, fielded by Lyons at the edge of the infield dirt. Throws it across the diamond to beat the speedy Chavez for out number 2. So 2 away now in the top of the 5th. Arguello has retired now the last 6 in order. Sorry, last 7 in order. And will look to convert his 3rd consecutive 1-2-3 inning. Infield plays straight up. Outfield straight up as well with 2 away. First pitch to Patty Matera is grounded over to third. Harris charges in, fields the tall hop, and is throw to first in time for another 1-2-3 inning. So Doug Arguello making quick work of the Riversharks here in his last 3 innings of work. Ducks still lead 5-1, halfway home on Long Island on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is pitcher Jared Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
All 2,000 of us at PSEG Long Island care deeply about our communities. Our company has a long-standing commitment to giving back. And our people, along with our energy efficiency and renewable energy programs, are helping to improve the businesses and towns we all call home. Learn more about how we're working together to better serve our communities. Visit us at psegliny.com/community.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as a color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, display your group's artwork, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Wes Torres back out to the mound for the Riversharks as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mark Schwartz here at youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio and video at liducks.com. Doug Arguello has pitched well so far for Long Island. He has allowed just 1 run through the first 5 innings, and after finding himself in some trouble over the first 2 innings. He threw 34 pitches over those first 2. Over the next 3, is able to throw just 29 and currently has his pitch count at 63 through 5. So here in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters for the Ducks. Adam Bailey followed by Cody Puckett and Brandon Bance, with the Ducks currently on top 5-1. First pitch to Bailey's the fastball that misses low, 1-0. Bailey's 2 for 2 so far today. Had an RBI single in the first inning, which scored the second of 3 runs in that inning for Long Island, and then was right in the middle of the rally in the bottom of the 3rd as well. Here the 1-0 change drops in for a called strike, 1-1. Had a 1-out double going opposite field, hitting it off the base of the left field fence. Eventually came around to score on a sacrifice fly from Brandon Bance. Here, this one is ripped into right field for a base hit. Just past the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Patty Matera. Adam Bailey is 3 for 3 today, and the Ducks had the leadoff base runner on here in the bottom of the 5th.
Second baseman, number 2, Cody Puckett, number 2.
It's now Bailey's 10th 3-hit game of the season, and he continues his torrid stretch here in the latter stages of August. He'll lead off of first base with Cody Puckett at the plate. First pitch from Torres from the stretch is lined at the shallow center. Phillips ranges in. This time he'll get there in time to make the catch. As Harris retreats to first, Bailey retreats to first base. 1 away. So now Brandon Bance will step in. Bance had a sacrifice fly to third base to center field back in the 3rd inning. He's only seen 2 pitches so far. He's jumped on the first pitch from Torres in his first 2 at-bats. In the 1st inning, flew out to center field. In the 3rd, had the sacrifice fly over to center field. Right-handed batter, back into the lineup after Jan Vasquez started behind home plate last night. Here the first pitch changeup misses inside, 1-0. Adam Bailey over his last 10 games entering today had a .333 batting average. A .368 batting average over his last 5. Fastball upstairs here to Brandon Bance, and the count moves to 2-0. That includes Bailey's very huge solo home run last night, a towering blast over the fence in right field. The 2-0 here to Bance is ripped over to third, fielded on a hop by Brian Pounds. He'll throw to second for 1. The turn to first in time for a 5-4-3 double play. That one just narrowly hit the dirt, but certainly did. So the double play is turned, and that retires the side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Through 5, the Ducks lead 5-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Phelan Lentini, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Fans follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Top of the 6th inning now at Bethpage Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here at LIDucks.com and YouTube.com/DucksBaseball. Thank you so much for joining us here on the latter stages of your Labor Day, the unofficial end of summer. But baseball, of course, extends through September, and the Ducks hoping that their season can advance over to October as well. Here they lead the Riversharks 5-1 in the top of the 6th. Doug Arguello back to the mound. He's tossed just 63 pitches over the first 5 innings. That includes coming off the heels of a 9-pitch inning against the Riversharks in the bottom of the 5th. Here the first pitch to Brian Pounds is a fastball taken low for a ball 1-0. Again, Arguello threw 34 through the first 2, but has thrown just 29 since, including consecutive innings in which he threw 10 pitches in the bottom of the 4th, then 9 in the top of the 5th. Here, the 1-0 to Pounds is grounded down the third base line. Sergio Miranda, who entered the game as a defensive replacement, which I just realized, charged in, made that play, and threw it on to first in time for out number 1. So Sergio Miranda is in the ball game now, playing third base for the Ducks. Wonder if anything happened to Brendan Harris. Of course, the Ducks are leading by 4 runs, and Miranda has gotten very little playing time over the last couple of weeks. As the first pitch slider here to Brian Van Kirk misses outside 1-0. So we'll await confirmation to see if there is anything that happened to Brendan Harris as to why he was taken out of the ball game. As the 1-0 here to Van Kirk misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Van Kirk, a right-handed batter, is 0 for 2 today. First start of the series against the Ducks. And the fastball here misses low and inside, 3-0. Sorry, that is not true. Van Kirk started Friday night against Long Island and went 1 for 4 from the plate. Here he's the designated hitter batting cleanup in place of Jose Julio Ruiz, who gets the night off. The 3-0 from Arguello. Fastball in there for a called strike, knee high, 3-1. Outfield straight up, infield straight up against the right-handed hitting Van Kirk. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded over to third. Backhanded stop by Miranda. Across the diamond, the throw can't be dug out by Joash Brodin. And we'll see how that's officially scored. It would have been a tough play for Brodin. It's ruled an E5. And that puts Van Kirk at first base, and it'll bring Jose Morales to the plate. Oh, it was a sharply hit ground ball and a nice play by Miranda, who fielded it on the backhand just in their territory. A very long throw across the diamond. It was a strong throw, but a little short, and Brodin couldn't make the pick. A difficult pick, as it was one of those in-between hops. Normally you hope for either a short hop that bounces right into your glove or a longer hop, which gives you an opportunity to actually locate the ball. As the first pitch fastball here to Morales misses outside 1-0. Instead, that was of the in-between variety for Brodin, a tough chance. The ball stayed in play, however, so Van Kirk leads off of first base, limited to just that one base on the error. First error of the ballgame for either side. Changeup here to Morales on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Ducks have turned 1 double play tonight, as have the Riversharks. Long Island could certainly use another one here. Infield plays at double play depth. The 1-1 to Morales. Another changeup. This one misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Morales is 0 for 2. Grounded into an inning-ending fielder's choice in the first inning. Grounded out to third base in the third. The 2-1. Fastball grounded up the middle. Arguello fields on to second base for 1. Puckett's turn to first in time for an inning-ending 1-6-3 double play. Fans, that double play by the Ducks is brought to you by PEP, the New York State Public Employees Federation, the union that cares for the community. So another quick 1-2-3 inning for Doug Arguello. He's through 6, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits, and will advance to the bottom of the 6th with the Ducks on top, 5-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Adam Bailey, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
View
places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Bring your birthday to the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available for the 2014 season. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Bottom of the sixth now at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz here as Joash Brodeen will lead things off. It'll be Brodeen followed by Dan Lyons. And then back to the top of the order and Phelan Lentini. Brodeen, it's the 8-9-1 batters due up for the Ducks. Brodeen is 0 for 2 so far today. First pitch to Joash. Fastball misses low and outside 1-0 from Wes Torres, who remains in the ballgame. Torres getting a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play out of Brandon Vance to end the bottom of the fifth. Here Brodeen skies one foul behind home plate, and the count moves to 1-1. So the 1-1 now to Brodeen. Fastball swung on, lifted deep down the right field line, foul, and the count moves to 1-2. I got one change to make, as I had mistaken it before. Dan Lyons came out of the game for the Ducks, not Brendan Harris. It was Sergio Miranda who entered, as the 1-2 here to Brodeen is swung on and missed for strike 3. That's the first strikeout of the ballgame for Wes Torres. One away in the bottom of the sixth. Now for Sergio Miranda.
Third baseman number 30, Sergio Miranda, batting for Dan Lyons.
So Sergio Miranda is in. Miranda enters the ballgame for Dan Lyons. He'll be at the plate here, batting ninth in the order. Brendan Harris moved over to shortstop when Miranda entered, and Miranda is playing over at third base. The first pitch here to Sergio is a fastball that misses low, 1-0. So it's Harris at short, Miranda at third, and Miranda batting ninth in the lineup as he chops one foul here, and the count moves to 1-1. Sergio hitting 200 this season in his limited amount of playing time. No home runs, 7 runs batted in. Switch hitter bats from the left side here, and he skies the fastball foul, and the count moves to 1-2 strikes. Miranda used primarily as a utility infielder for the Ducks this season. Doesn't get a lot of playing time, but he's second in command at pretty much all stops along the infield. The 1-2 swung on, fisted down the left field line, racing in is McPhee. He won't get there, and it drops in for a base hit. So Sergio Miranda in his first at-bat of the ballgame, his first at-bat in a while, deposits a base hit down the left field line. And Ducks have a one-out base runner as Phelan Lentini will step to the plate. So a sore leg for Dan Lyons has him out of the ballgame. Hopefully everything's all right on that front. Of course, the Ducks are winning by 4 runs here, and they've really controlled Camden throughout this 4-game series so far, as Lentini fists one foul down the right field line out of play, 0-1. So we'll see if that's just a precautionary measure for the Ducks, as again they embark down to Texas tomorrow to begin a 7-game series played in 6 days against the Sugar Land Skeeters. Sugar Land located about 20 minutes outside of Houston, as Lentini drills one to deep left center. Over is McPhee. He runs it down along the warning track. And retreating to first base goes Sergio Miranda. Lentini gave that ball a ride, but just not enough juice on it into the left center field gap. Almost an identical placement as to where Brendan Harris's solo home run hit the top of the fence back in the bottom of the first inning. So 2 out now, and a runner at first. Bottom of the 6th inning, Ducks lead 5-1, and Brendan Harris will step to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today with a solo home run, 7th of the season, now 43 runs batted in overall. Miranda with a conservative lead off of first base, held on by Jose Morales. Harris quickly asks for time and then quickly steps back into the batter's box as he works against Wes Torres in his 6th inning of work. First pitch here to Harris, fisted shallow right. Out goes Matera. It's over his head and drops in for a base hit. Miranda will go first to third as Perez bobbled the ball initially. It's a base hit for Brendan Harris, 10th hit of the ball game for Long Island. 2nd hit for Harris. And the Ducks now with runners on the corners and 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning for Lou Ford. 5 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for Long Island, 1 run on 5 hits, and no errors for the Riversharks. Lou Ford's 2 for 3 today, a pair of singles, also has a run scored. In case you're just joining us, Long Island put up 3 runs in the bottom of the first on a solo home run from Brendan Harris, RBI single from Adam Bailey, and a sacrifice fly from Cody Puckett. Camden then put up a run in the top of 2nd on an RBI infield single from Brendan Chavez. First pitch here to Lou is a changeup that misses in the dirt, 1-0. Then in the 3rd inning, the Ducks extended their lead with 2 more runs. An RBI single from Cody Puckett and a sac fly from Brandon Bance made it a 5-1 ball game. Cody Puckett with 2 RBI tonight. And that's where the score has held to this point. But Long Island threatening once again. 1-0 to Ford, misses low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Miranda leads off of 3rd, Harris off of 1st with 2 away. Torres starting to struggle a little more on the mound. Has now been thrown north of 90 pitches in this outing. Has allowed 5 runs on 9 hits as Ford fouls off the fastball. 2-1's the count. So far over 5 2/3, Torres has allowed 5 runs on 10 hits with 3 walks and 1 strikeout. Whereas Doug Arguello has been strong for Long Island. In his 2nd start of the season, he's allowed just 1 run on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts through 6, and has kept his pitch count very low. Fastball here to Ford's on the inside corner. Lou disagrees that runs the count even at 2-2. Arguello has thrown just 73 pitches now through 6 innings. In each of the last 3 innings, he's thrown no more than 10 pitches. As here, the 2-2 is lined into left center field for a base hit. Miranda scores from 3rd, hustling all the way around from first base, turning 3rd and heading home is Brendan Harris. He will score without a throw. It's a 2-run double for Lou Ford. RBIs numbers 82 and 83 on the season, and Long Island leads 7-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Designated hitter number 6, Bill Hall, number 6.
A 2-out, 2-run double from Lou Ford has extended the Ducks' lead to 6 now in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that'll bring Bill Hall to the plate. Nice 2-out rally for the Ducks. A blooper that just got over the head of the second baseman, Patty Matera, continued the inning for Long Island as Hall swings through the fastball for a strike 0-1. And then it's Lou Ford bringing both Miranda home from 3rd and Harris home from 1st on the 2-run double, split the gap in left center field. The 0-1. Fastball taken upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Camden letting Wes Torres stay on the mound despite struggling against this Ducks lineup. He's allowed now 7 runs, all earned on 11 hits, but tries to finish off this 6th inning as Hall lifts a base hit into right field. Ford will round 3rd. Up with the ball is Eric Perez. He won't make the throw home. An RBI single for Bill Hall, his 17th run batted in of the season. 3 runs home for Long Island in the bottom of the 6th, and they lead it 8-1. The pitching coach now for the Riversharks, Chris Widger, will come to the mound and talk things over with Wes Torres. Likely try to give one of the bullpen arms a little more time to get loose. Well, the Ducks have swung the bat very well against the Riversharks so far tonight. 8 runs now on 12 hits for Long Island. It's the first timeout used by the Riversharks tonight, as no pitching change has been made. All 3 runs here coming with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. And now Adam Bailey steps to the plate. He's 3 for 3. Now 4 different Ducks have at least 2 hits in this ball game. Brendan Harris is 2 for 3 with a home run and 2 runs scored and a run batted in. Here the first pitch to Bailey's a fastball at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Lou Ford's 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 runs batted in. Bill Hall now is 2 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs scored, as Bailey fouls off the fastball and the count moves to 0-2. And Adam Bailey right now is 3 for 3 with a double, a run scored, and a run batted in. And then, oh, by the way, Cody Puckett also has 2 runs batted in as well. Now an offensive outburst for Long Island in tonight's ball game. Hall leads off of first, the 0-2 to Bailey, misses upstairs. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Somerset Patriot York Revolution game has gone final, as York falls to Somerset. Here the 1-2 to Bailey is skied to right center field. This one will stay in play. Over is P.J. Phillips. He makes the catch to record the final out here of the bottom of the 6th inning. A 3-run score for Long Island, a 2-run double from Lou Ford, and an RBI single from Bill Hall, making an 8-1 ball game for the Ducks through 6 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Top of the 7th inning now at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz here on the call as the Ducks lead it over the Camden Riversharks 8-1. A new pitcher on the mound now for Long Island. Doug Arguello's day has come to a close after 6 very strong innings in which he tosses just 73 pitches. And right now he's in line for the win. It would be his first win of the season. The new pitcher is Sergio Perez. Perez tossed a 1/3 of an inning in last night's ball game. But he'll return to the mound tonight as he'll work against the 6, 7, 8 batters for the Riversharks. P.J. Phillips, followed by Eric Perez and Mike Albaladejo, all due up as the Ducks lead it by 7 runs over the Camden Riversharks. 3 runs coming home in the bottom of the 6th for Long Island, all coming with 2 out. And now P.J. Phillips will lead things off for the Riversharks as we look at Doug Arguello's final line. Arguello goes 6 strong innings, again, just 74 pitches, excuse me. Not 73 for Arguello, 74, but still impressive nonetheless. As the first pitch, fastball to P.J. Phillips, misses low for a ball, 1-0. Arguello goes 6 innings, which he allows just 1 run earned. As the fastball here to Phillips is in there for a called strike, 1-1. That 1 run coming on 5 hits with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Throws 74 pitches, 42 for strikes. Here the fastball misses low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Sergio Perez will look to hold the Ducks' lead here in the top of the 7th. Long Island turning to the bullpen to record the final 9 outs of tonight's ball game as Phillips swings through the slider and the count moves to 2-2. Perez in his first year with the Ducks, 6'3", 230-pound right-handed reliever from Tampa, Florida. Now making his 13th relief appearance of the season. Works from the windup, the 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Phillips no match for the fastball there from Sergio Perez. 1 away in the top of the 7th. And that'll bring Eric Perez to the plate, so a Perez-on-Perez matchup. His 5th overall strikeout for the Ducks in tonight's ballgame. As once again, Long Island fully in control of this ballgame, as they had for the first 3 games of this series against the Riversharks. Long Island defeated Camden 7-0 on Friday night, 5-1 Saturday, and 6-1 yesterday. First pitch here to Perez misses inside, 1-0. And right now the Ducks are in front 8-1 over the Riversharks. Current aggregate lead for Long Island is at 26-3 over this 4-game series. The 1-0. Slider outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Perez is 0 for 1 today. He walked back in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th. The 1-1 from Sergio. Fastball swung on and missed, 1-2. Most impressive part about Doug Arguello's line tonight is that he struggled in the first couple of innings. Again, throwing 34 pitches over the first 2, but after that, he really settled down nicely. As the 1-2 is swung on and missed here for strike 3. Perez strikes out Eric Perez and has struck out the first 2 batters that he has gone up against here in the top of the 7th inning. 2 out, nobody on for Mike Albaladejo.
Mike Albaladejo, number 7.
Arguello wound up retiring 10 of the last 11 batters that he faced. The lone exception was Brian Van Kirk reaching on an E5 with 1 out in the top of the 6th. As the first pitch to Albaladejo misses upstairs, 1-0. But after that, Arguello forced Jose Morales to ground into a 1-6-3 double play to retire the side. Ducks turned 2 double plays behind Arguello tonight, who only threw 40 pitches over his last 4 innings of work. Here the fastball misses inside, 2-0. Threw 10 pitches in the 3rd, 9 pitches in the 4th, and 11 pitches in the 5th, 9 pitches in the 6th. Here's the 2-0 to Albaladejo, and a miss inside. The count now moves to 3 balls and no strikes. So Arguello looks like he'll be the 5th starter in the Ducks rotation from here on out after Mitch Talbot signed with the team over in Taiwan. Here the 3-0 to Albaladejo, misses inside, ball 4. That's the 2nd walk allowed by Ducks pitching tonight. First walk allowed by Sergio Perez. And it'll bring Zach McPhee to the plate. But this certainly bodes well for Doug Arguello, his strong start tonight. Again, it was his 2nd start of the season. He had gone 4 innings against the Somerset Patriots last Wednesday. Allowed 1 run over those 4 innings. Here allows 1 run over 6 and is currently in line for his first win of the season. First pitch here to McPhee. Fastball at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Perez works from the stretch here as Albaladejo leads off of first base. McPhee's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Perez from the stretch, the 0-1. Fastball misses low, blocked by Bance. And the count runs even, a 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield straight up, infield straight up against Albaladejo. Sorry, against McPhee. 8 runs on 12 hits, 1 error for Long Island, 1 run on 5 hits, and no errors for the Riversharks. The 1-1 from Perez. Fastball swung on, fouled off, over the backstop, out of play, and the count moves to 1-2. So 2 games have gone final in the Atlantic League. The Sugarland Skeeters defeat the Bridgeport Bluefish 13-4, and the Somerset Patriots defeat the York Revolution 11-8. Both of those scores not helping out the Ducks, but currently in the top of the 4th inning, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are leading the Lancaster Barnstormers 4-2. As the slider here to McPhee misses inside and the count runs full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Or sorry, count runs even to 2-2. The Barnstormers have won 10 consecutive games entering tonight, feasting over the Bridgeport Bluefish, Camden Riversharks, and Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Here's the 2-2, and the fastball misses outside. That runs the count full to 3-2. But if Southern Maryland were to hold on to their lead tonight and defeat the Barnstormers, that would end Lancaster's 10-game winning streak. And if the Ducks were to hold on to their lead as well in tonight's ballgame, Long Island would move within 2 games of the final wild card spot. The 3-2 here to McPhee is fouled off, and Zach McPhee working a long turn at bat here against Sergio Perez. Perez quickly got the first 2 outs of this inning on a pair of strikeouts against P.J. Phillips and Eric Perez, but walked Mike Albaladejo on 4 pitches, and now Zach McPhee is about to see his 7th pitch of this at-bat. Albaladejo leads off of first, not being held on by Joash Brodeen, who plays behind him, with the Ducks holding on to a 7-run cushion. The payoff pitch. Albaladejo takes off, and McPhee grounds it over to second. Puckett with the easy hop, his throw to first in time, and that will retire the side. So no runs for the Riversharks in the top of the 7th inning. No hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We'll take a stretch and move to the bottom of the 7th as the Ducks lead 8-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter at @DannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
It's your money, and you have the power to save it. Make a few simple changes, and you can use less electricity and save real money. By installing Energy Star light bulbs and products for your home, you can save hundreds of dollars each year. At PSEG Long Island, we're working hard to serve you in the way you deserve. Check out our energy-saving tips and tools at pseglyny.com/save-money.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Fans, warm up with a hot cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet coffee, available right now at our concession stands. Regular and decaf, Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes in the Hamptons. A new pitcher for the Riversharks, Dan Blewett, will enter the game as Wes Torres' day comes to a close. A little questionable that Wes Torres was allowed to stay in the ballgame after getting hit around in the bottom of the 6th. But not a strong start for Torres, as his day ends after 6 innings. Now he'll hand things off to Dan Blewett, a 6-foot, 185-pound relief pitcher, right-handed reliever from Bloomington, Illinois. Last year played with the Evansville Otters of the Frontier League. And we'll get Wes Torres' final line in a second. Ducks leading 8-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 8 runs on 12 hits, 1 error for Long Island. 1 run on 5 hits and no errors for the Riversharks. Cody Puckett will lead things off. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 batters for the Ducks. Puckett followed by Brandon Bance and Joash Brodeen. So the new pitcher, Dan Blewett, will work from the stretch with nobody on base. 4-3 this season in 28 appearances, including 6 starts with a 4.64 ERA. First pitch to Cody Puckett, a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. Puckett has had a strong day at the plate. He's 1 for 2, has a pair of runs batted in, a sacrifice fly in the first and an RBI single in the third. The 0-1 to Puckett, fastball misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Wes Torres goes 6 innings for the Riversharks. He allows 8 runs, all earned, on 12 hits, with 3 walks and 1 strikeout. As Puckett skies the 1-1 foul. First base side, playable for Mike Albaladejo, who makes the catch for out number 1. So that'll bring Brandon Vance to the plate. Vance 0 for 2, but he did have a sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning for his 25th run batted in of the season. In case you're just joining us, Ducks got out to a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st inning. Solo home run from Brendan Harris, an RBI single from Adam Bailey, and a sacrifice fly from Cody Puckett providing the damage against Wes Torres. The Riversharks trimmed the deficit to 2 runs in the top of the 2nd and an RBI infield single from Brandon Chavez. First pitch here to Ben, swung on and a lifted foul down the first base line. This time a little deeper as the first baseman Jose Morales will make the catch in foul territory for out number 2. So quickly 2 away now in the bottom of the 7th inning, and that'll bring Joash Brodin to the plate, who's 0 for 3. So the Ducks continue to lead 3-1 until the bottom of the 3rd inning, when Long Island would put 2 more runs on the scoreboard. An RBI single from Puckett and a sacrifice fly from Brandon Vance made it a 5-1 ball game, and then 3 more runs in the bottom of the 6th, all coming with 2 out. First pitch here to Brodin, a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. It was a 2-out rally for the Ducks in the bottom of the 6th. A 2-out 2-run double from Lou Ford, an RBI single from Bill Hall providing the damage and increasing the Ducks' lead to 7. Here the 0-1 to Brodin is chopped foul off his ankle. Rolls into fair territory, but of course it's a dead ball, and the count moves to 0-2. Announced crowd here at Bethpage Ballpark of 4,056 in the final game of this 4-game series. Brodin a little slow moving after fouling that ball off his ankle. So the Ducks trainer, Dorothy Pitchford, will come out and talk things over with Joash. Give us an opportunity to plug the next homestand for Long Island. After going down to Sugar Land, Texas for a 7-game series to be played over 6 games, the Ducks will return home on Wednesday, September 9th to open up a 3-game series against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. They'll play Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday before hitting the road again to go up against the York Revolution that ensuing weekend. Brodin's fine. He stays in the ball game. The 0-2 pitch now from Blewett is swung on and fouled off, and Brodin's able to stay alive. 3 ways to get tickets for any upcoming Ducks game. You can get them at the Bethpage Ballpark box office, of course. You can also get them online at liducks.com or via the Ducks mobile app. And you can also call in and purchase your tickets over the phone at 631-940-TIXX. That's 631-940-8499. The 0-2 from Blewett. Fastball ripped down the right field line, but that'll slice foul. Land out of play, and the count holds at 0-2. Brodin ripped that one well out in front of the changeup from Blewett, but just a little out in front. And the count stays at 0 balls and 2 strikes. Wes Torres wound up throwing 98 pitches for the Riversharks, 62 for strikes. The 0-2 here to Brodin. Changeup misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brodin flew out to right field in the 2nd, grounded out to first base unassisted in the 3rd. Struck out swinging in the 6th. 0 for 3 so far tonight. The 1-2. Swung on and ripped foul. Count holds. Brodin was ejected in the bottom of the 5th inning of last night's ball game for arguing balls and strikes with then home plate umpire Rich Maggio. Brodin didn't realize he was ejected from the ball game initially. He actually walked back to the dugout after striking out under his own volition. It was only after he got into the dugout that he realized that he was ejected. He then came out of the dugout to argue with the umpire. As here he flares one down the left field line. McPhee charges in. He won't get there. Brodin's first base hit of the ball game, 13th overall for Long Island. And the Ducks have a 2-out base runner for Sergio Miranda. Well, not a very strong swing there from Joash Brodin, as he was beat on the fastball and just kind of just flicked his bat at the fastball that was outside and was able to deposit it down the left field line. So a fortuitously placed blue base hit for Joash Brodin. He'll lead off of first. as Sergio Miranda steps to the plate. First pitch to Miranda, fastball outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. So for Brodin, after he realized that he was ejected from the ballgame last night, he came out of the dugout with a bat in hand. Obviously no intentions, but said that he didn't realize he had the bat in hand until after he walked back to the dugout for the second time. As the fastball to Miranda missed inside, 1-1. So he got his 2 cents in with Rich Maggio before eventually exiting the field. The 1-1 to Miranda here. Changeup misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strikes. In the end, the Ducks won last night's ball game by a final score of 6-1. Brodin went 1 for 3 in that effort. Ducks had 12 hits last night, but have 13 hits so far tonight. The 2-1 to Miranda. Fastball misses low and outside, and the count moves to 3-1. So Dan Blewett quickly got the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. A long turn at bat for Joe Ash, and a base hit down the left field line has extended this inning and now has brought Sergio Miranda to the plate for his second at bat of the ballgame. The 3-1 to the switch hitter is on the outside corner, and the count moves to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dan Lyons got the start at shortstop tonight, but he exited after the 5th inning with a sore leg. So Sergio Miranda came in. He's playing third base now for the Ducks. Brendan Harris is over at short, and Miranda's 1 for 1 so far with a run scored at the plate. The 3-2 now to Miranda. Brodin takes off, but Sergio swings through the fastball for strike 3. No runs for Long Island here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on. Through 7, Long Island leads 8-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Hi, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak paver, Nicolak pavers, pave your way.
Life without Ducks baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks baseball. Bethpage Ballpark is set. Quackerjack is ready, and the flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Hey Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will also be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. A new pitcher in the ballgame now for Long Island as we move on to the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Eric Neeson, the third pitcher used by the Ducks tonight, second relief pitcher. And the southpaw here will work against the top of the order for the Riversharks. Brandon Chavez, Patty Matera, and Brian Pounds due up. 8-1 the Ducks lead here. 8 runs on 13 hits, 1 error for the flock. 1 run on 5 hits and no errors for the Sharks. Another defensive change to report here, as it will be Evan Crawford who now enters as a defensive replacement in center field. First pitch here to Brandon Chavez. Fastball at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. So Evan Crawford enters the ballgame as a defensive replacement for Lou Ford in center field. Crawford will be inserted into the 3 spot in the lineup as Chavez takes a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. The count moves to 0-2. So Lou Ford's day has come to a close. A strong day at the plate for the former big leaguer and the Ducks hitting coach. The 0-2 now to Chavez. Fastball misses low and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ford goes 3 for 4 from the plate with 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. And Crawford will likely get 1 at bat, at least in this ball game, possibly more. We'll see. Neeson from the windup. The 1-2 comes inside and hits Chavez. Slider missed well inside. Neeson was ahead in the count 0-2, but winds up hitting Chavez with the slider. It's the first hit batsman of this ball game, and the second time that Brandon Chavez has been on base tonight. So a leadoff base runner for the Riversharks here in the top of the 8th, and now Patty Matera will step in. He's 1 for 3. Eric Neeson, the 6-foot, 185-pound southpaw from Muskegon, Michigan, in his 3rd season with the Ducks. First pitch fastball here, misses upstairs, 1-0. Neeson last year pitched the majority of the year with the Ducks before eventually being signed by the Boston Red Sox organization. Made 1 appearance at AAA Pawtucket before spending the rest of the 2013 season over at the Portland Sea Dogs, AA affiliate in the Eastern League of the Red Sox. As the fastball here misses high and outside, 2-0. This season, Neeson leads the team in relief appearances. This is now his 52nd relief appearance of the year, 3-3 with a 3.30 ERA. The 2-0 fastball misses high and outside, and the count has now moved to 3 balls and no strikes. And this is always the concern with Neeson. He's got electric stuff, and is certainly a strikeout pitcher, having struck out 55 batters in 46 1/3 innings so far this season. But sometimes he'll struggle with his command. 3-0 fastball is right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. In addition to his 55 strikeouts, he's walked 37 batters in those 46 1/3 innings. Very tough player to hit, but sometimes he'll struggle with his command. The 3-1 here is fouled off by Matera over the backstop and out of play. And that runs the count full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just past the 2-hour mark in tonight's ball game here at the Duck Pond. Long Island leading it 8-1 over the Riversharks in the 4th game of this 4-game series. Long Island looking to finish off the series with the sweep. The 3-2 misses low and inside, ball 4. So Eric Neeson has entered the ball game, hit the first batter he faces, and walks the second one. And Riversharks will have 2 runners on with nobody out for their number 3 batter, Brian Pounds.
Number 14.
It's the first time that the Riversharks have had multiple runners on base since the 2nd inning, as they've really been shut down since putting 2 quality innings together in the first 2 innings of tonight's ballgame. First pitch here to Pounds misses low and inside. It gets away from Bance, but not far enough to entice Brandon Chavez to take 3rd, with the Riversharks trailing by 7 runs. So the count moves to 1-0. Camden had runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 away in the top of the 1st inning of tonight's ballgame, but failed to capitalize. As now Brandon Bance will come out to the mound to talk things over with Eric Neeson. Kevin Baez, the manager for Long Island, will join him. It'll be the first timeout used by the Ducks tonight, as Neeson has struggled with his command against the first 3 batters that he has worked against. So remember, with the new pace of play initiatives, teams are only allowed 3 mound visits over the course of the game that do not result in a pitching change. That can be a mound visit from the manager, from the pitching coach, from the catcher, any infielders. Any meeting on the mound results in a timeout. You're only allowed 3 over the course of the game. For each additional timeout used, the team is charged 1 ball. As the 1-0 here on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. The Riversharks have already used 1 timeout tonight when their pitching coach Chris Witcher came out to help out Wes Torres in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-0 here from Neeson is flown foul, fly foul down the right field line, and that'll land out of play. The count moves to 1-2. Brendan Chavez leads off of second base. Patty Matera off of first. Nobody out, top of the 8th inning. Infield plays at double play depth against number 3 batter Brian Pounds, who's 2 for 3 so far tonight. The 1-2 from Neeson, swung on, grounded to short sharply, eats up Harris, can't field it initially. His toss on to second base is not in time. It was a sharply hit grounder, and right as the ball was getting towards Harris, Brendan Chavez was crossing his path. A very difficult chance for the former big leaguer, who made the start at third base and shifted over to shortstop when Dan Lyons left the ballgame. It's ruled an infield single. That's the 3rd infield single of the ballgame for the Riversharks. And that has loaded the bases with nobody out for the cleanup batter, Brian Van Kirk. So Camden threatening here in the top of the 8th inning, trailing by 7 runs. But don't tell them that, Neeson works from the stretch, and the first pitch to Van Kirk's a fastball that misses low and outside 1-0. The Ducks will happily exchange a run for a ground ball here. As the middle infield plays back, Joash Brodin plays back at first base, as does Sergio Miranda at third. Neeson now from the windup, and the 1-0 fastball misses high and outside 2-0. Neeson has hit a batter, walked a batter, and allowed a sharply hit infield single so far here in the top of the 8th to load the bases. Chavez off of third, Matera off of second, Pounds off of first. Van Kirk at the dish, the 2-0. Fastball grounded over to third. Miranda makes the short hop. He steps on third base for one. His throw across the diamond to first is in time for the 5-3 double play. Fans, that double play by the Ducks is brought to you by the New York State Public Employees Federation, PEF, the union that cares for the community. Brendan Chavez scores from third base. The Ducks will happily exchange that run for 2 out. It's a 5-3 double play from Brian Van Kirk. Advancing over to second base on the play is Brian Pounds, as Matera is erased from the base paths. It's now an 8-2 ball game with 2 out in the top of the 8th, and the first pitch to Jose Morales is in there for a called strike, 0-1. That's the third double play that the Ducks have turned tonight. The 0-1 to Morales is fouled off to the backstop, 0-2. Morales grounded into one of those 3 double plays. That came back in the top of the 6th inning. Overall, Morales is 0 for 3 in tonight's ball game. Here, Brian Pounds leads off of second base with 2 out, and the Ducks up by 6 runs. Neeson from the stretch takes his time. The 0-2 to the switch hitting Morales. A slider fails to break, stays outside, and the count moves to 1-2. Neeson continues to take his time. Morales, a switch hitter here. He bats from the right side against the southpaw Neeson, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball lifted, shallow center. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Evan Crawford over to play it on a couple of hops. Brian Pounds easily scores from second base. And the Riversharks now with 2 runs here in the top of the 8th inning. And the score now 8-3. Still Ducks in front. That's the first hit of the ball game for Jose Morales, his 20th run batted in of the season. And now P.J. Phillips will step in.
P.J. Phillips, number 2.
No RBI was given to Brian Van Kirk on his previous double play, which scored Brandon Chavez from third base, because you don't get an RBI on a double play ground out. And as the fastball here misses outside, 1-0. But Morales does get the RBI there on that single. And now Phillips at the dish. He's 1 for 3 today. Right-handed batter against the southpaw Neeson. 1-0 from Neeson, misses high and outside, 2-0. Neeson certainly struggling here in the top of the 8th inning. He's allowed 2 hits with 1 walk and 1 hit batsman, and has allowed 2 runs to score so far. But sandwiched between all of that was a 5-3 double play. The 2-0 here to Phillips is fouled off to the backstop, and the count moves to 2-1. 8 runs on 13 hits now for Long Island, 3 runs on 7 hits for the Riversharks. 3 of those 7 hits have been infield singles. Now Camden will take it any way they can get it. They had just 2 runs total over the first 27 innings of this series. The 2-1 from Neeson is fouled off over the backstop. And the count moves even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 3 runs here for the Riversharks in tonight's ball game. Doug Arguello was strong on the mound for Long Island. He worked 6 innings, allowing just 1 run, including throwing just 40 pitches over his last 4 innings on the hill. Here the infield continues to play back with 2 away. The 2-2 pitch from Neeson misses high and outside, ball 3. Morales continues to lead off of first base. The 3-2. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Brendan Harris won't get there in time. It rolls into center field for a base hit. Chavez charges quickly. Jose Morales goes first to third. It's the 3rd hit of the inning for the Riversharks. And now the game remains at 8-3, but Kevin Baez will come out to the mound to make a pitching change. It'll be his second mound visit of the inning, so the Ducks will make a change, and Eric Neeson works just 2/3 of an inning. Struggles mightily, and he'll exit. Eric Perez will be the batter when we return, but it looks like it's Bob Zimmerman coming into the ballgame for the Ducks to try to get the final out here in the top of the 8th inning. Ducks to lead 8-3 with 2 out and 2 runners on, top of the 8th. When we return on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Brett Lauren, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Park in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Labor is on the move.
They are the Public Employees Federation.
They know it's time for workers to unite, to speak out, to demand government accountability for the way public services are delivered.
They provide healthcare services, mental health services, and services to the developmentally disabled.
They're the Public Employees Federation, PEF.
The problem-solving union. PEF is the union that cares for the community. Learn more at pef.org. PEF. Labor on the move.
Bob Zimmerman's the new pitcher for Long Island as we return in the top of the 8th inning. 2 runs home already for the Riversharks. They have 2 runners on base with 2 away. And Bob Zimmerman will work against the right-handed hitting Eric Perez, who is 0 for 2 with 1 walk drawn so far. The Riversharks need to put at least 2 more runners on base to bring the tying run to the plate, as the first pitch here is a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. So Eric Neeson goes just 2/3 of an inning before he is taken out. And Zimmerman will look to finish off the top of the 8th, potentially work the 9th as well. The 0-1 here to Perez misses low and outside. A block made by Brandon Bance keeps the ball in front of him. And the count moves to 1-1. Zimmerman making now his 14th appearance of the season. He's also made 2 starts, 2-2 with a 4.39 ERA. Now in his 4th season with the Long Island Ducks. 6'4", 220-pound righty from St. Louis, Missouri. The 1-1. Check swing, fastball on the outside corner for a strike regardless. And the count moves to 1-2. Jose Morales leads off of third base. P.J. Phillips off of first. Zimmerman comes set. He'll work from the stretch, the 1-2. Runner takes off, and Perez is able to tip the ball foul to stay alive in the count. Phillips took off on the pitch and had a nice jump against Bob Zimmerman, but it was Perez fouling off that fastball to stay alive in the count. 3 hits already this inning for the Riversharks, including a walk and a hit batsman as well. They've scored 2 runs, have 2 runners on base. The 1-2. Fisted foul off the handle of Eric Perez's bat. It was a fastball that was going to miss high and inside, and he sort of pseudo-checked his swing, and it just hit off the handle of it. So it works out for the Ducks. Instead of a ball, it's a foul ball. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. From the stretch, the 1-2. Changeup misses low and outside, and that runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Ducks certainly struggling to finish off this top of the 8th, still nursing a 5-run lead. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball grounded over to second. Puckett fields the easy hop, and his throw to first is in time to retire the side. So a long inning for the Riversharks. They've played 2 runs, both coming off of Eric Neeson, but Bob Zimmerman comes into the ballgame to strand 2 inherited base runners. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th with the Ducks leading 8-3 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is right-handed pitcher Josh Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
It's your money, and you have the power to save it. Make a few simple changes, and you can use less electricity and save real money. By installing Energy Star light bulbs and products for your home, you can save hundreds of dollars each year. At PSEG Long Island, we're working hard to serve you in the way you deserve. Check out our energy-saving tips and tools at pseglinY.com/savemoney.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire 15th anniversary season through live chats with Ducks players and exclusive video clips. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Life is better here.
Dan Blewett will remain in the ballgame for the Riversharks as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning in what is now an 8-3 ballgame. 8 runs on 13 hits and 1 error for Long Island, 3 runs on 8 hits, and no errors for the Riversharks. Blewett worked a scoreless bottom of the 7th inning in which he allowed just a 2-out base hit to Joash Brodin. So he'll remain here for the bottom of the 8th, his 2nd inning of work, and work against the top of the order for the Ducks. Phelan Lentini, Brendan Harris, and Evan Crawford due up. Remember, Evan Crawford came in as a defensive replacement for Lou Ford in the top of the 8th inning. So Crawford will have a turn at bat here in the bottom of the 8th, with the Ducks on top by 5 runs, looking to finish off this 4-game series. Overall, the top of the 8th inning was a 15-minute, 10-second inning, as Eric Neeson struggled, worked just 2/3 of an inning, allowing 2 runs, coming on 3 hits with 1 walk and 1 hit batsman. Certainly helped out by a 5-3 double play ground out from Brian Van Kirk. First pitch here to Phelan Lentini's a fastball that misses high and inside 1-0. Phelan's 0 for 3 today. He walked in the 2nd inning for his lone turn on base. Right-handed batter to work against the righty Blewett. From the stretch with nobody on base, the 1-0. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, and the count runs even to 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, after tonight, the Ducks will get a brief night's worth of sleep before getting ready to fly down to Sugarland, Texas to begin a 7-game series against the Skeeters over at Constellation Field. The 1-1 to Lentini is skied a mile high to left field. Wind blowing back. McPhee's underneath it, right at the warning track. He makes the catch for out number 1. So Lentini's now 0 for 4. And that'll bring up Brendan Harris, who's had a strong day.
Brendan Harris, number 25.
Harris had a solo home run to begin the scoring in the bottom of the 1st inning. A line drive homer that hit off the top of the fence and then ricocheted over the fence. Overall, he is 2 for 3 today. He's been on base 3 times, has scored 2 runs alongside his home run. First pitch here to Harris. The fastball misses inside 1-0. Harris scored a run in the bottom of the 6th inning after he contributed a 2-out bloop base hit into shallow right field. The 1-0 here to Harris. Misses inside again, 2 balls and no strikes. It was Harris's bloop base hit that just got over the head of the second baseman, Patty Matera, which continued the inning. Before it was Lou Ford with a 2-run double into the left center field gap and an RBI single from Bill Hall. As here, Harris lifts one to deep right center field. Back is P.J. Phillips, and he runs it down in front of the warning track for the 2nd out. Harris frustrated with that hard hit ball, which found the center fielder Phillips. 2 away now in the bottom of the 8th, and that'll bring Evan Crawford to the plate for his first at-bat of the ballgame. Crawford hitting .386 this season with the Ducks in 14 games, 11 starts, 17 of 44 from the plate. First pitch fastball here on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. He's had 8 runs scored, 2 doubles, 3 runs batted in, and 7 stolen bases in his brief tenure with the Ducks. The 0-1 to Crawford. Swing and a miss, and he falls behind 0-2. Crawford came over in early August in a trade alongside relief pitcher Tommy Jorgen and a player to be named later for Ducks' 4th outfielder John Myers. The 0-2 now to Crawford. Fastball in there for a called 3rd strike. Crawford sees 3 pitches, strikes out looking, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We move to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Riversharks to come back in this ballgame as they trail by 5 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Steve Foucault, pitching coach for the Ducks. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app powered by Clear Vision Apps has officially arrived. Buy tickets to stay up to date on Long Island's hometown team right on your mobile device. Download the app today for free by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. Bob Zimmerman comes back out for the 9th inning to try to finish off and get the final 3 outs of this ballgame with the Ducks on top by 5. First pitch fastball here is in there for a called strike, and the count now 0-1 against Mike Albaladejo, number 8 batter in the lineup for the Riversharks. The 0-1 from Zimmerman in there for a called strike again. And the count moves to 0-2. Ducks leading 8-3 here with most of the production coming in the early stages of the ballgame for Long Island. The 0-2 from Zimmerman's a changeup that misses low and outside, 1-2. Ducks put up 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning on a Brendan Harris solo home run, an RBI single from Adam Bailey, and a sacrifice fly from Cody Puckett. Long Island later added 2 more runs in the bottom of the third after Camden had scored a run on an infield single in the top of the second. As Albaladejo flares one over to first, Brodeen makes the catch, 1 away. And that'll bring Zach McPhee to the plate. In the bottom of the third inning, it was an RBI single from Cody Puckett and a sacrifice fly from Brandon Bance, which made it a 5-1 ball game in favor of Long Island. The Ducks would then add 3 more runs in the bottom of the 6th. A 2-run double from Lou Ford and an RBI single from Bill Hall extended the Ducks' lead out to 8-1. Camden did score 2 runs in the top of the 8th off of Ducks relief pitcher Eric Neeson. As here, Tyler Brown is going to get a pinch hitting appearance for the Riversharks. First pitch swinging, whips at the fastball in the count 0-1. So Zach McPhee's day has come to a close, and Tyler Brown, who's listed as a backup catcher, he'll get the at-bat. He takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count moves to 0-2. First year of professional baseball, last played with Monmouth University in college. Here he takes a fastball in the outside corner for a called third strike. All Brown gets an at-bat, sees 3 pitches, and will turn around and walk his way back towards the Riversharks dugout. And now Camden's down to their final out of this series. That moves us back to the top of the order. And Brendan Chavez, a switch hitter, he'll bat from the left side here as he works against Bob Zimmerman. First pitch from Zimmerman. Fastball at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Chavez is 1 for 3 today. Has reached base twice. He had the RBI single in the second, was hit by a pitch in the 8th, came around to score a run. Here he fouls off the fastball, and the Riversharks are down to their final strike. Bob Zimmerman looking to finish off an inning and a third worth of relief and finish off this 4-game series for the Ducks and hand them the sweep over the Riversharks. Zimmerman will work from the windup, outfield straight up, infield straight up. The 0-2 pitch. Changeup misses low, and that moves the count to 1-2. Ducks looking for their 4th consecutive win over the Riversharks, and overall, it would be the Ducks' 6th win in their last 7 games. The 1-2 pitch from Zimmerman. Fastball misses low and inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this is a 4-game series that Long Island had to look at as an opportunity to gain some ground in the standings. Camden certainly struggling. The Riversharks have dropped 7 consecutive games, about to drop their 8th consecutive. The 2-2 from Zimmerman, grounded softly over to third. Miranda fields his throw to first in time, and that's the ball game. Long Island completes the sweep of the Camden Riversharks with an 8-3 victory here at the Duck Pond on Labor Day. 8 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for Long Island. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Riversharks. And the Ducks finish off the sweep here at Bethpage Ballpark. We'll take a break, come back and wrap up the night that was as the Ducks win by a final score of 8-3 here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, this is pitcher Eric Neeson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
All 2,000 of us at PSEG Long Island care deeply about our communities. Our company has a long-standing commitment to giving back, and our people, along with our energy efficiency and renewable energy programs, are helping to improve the businesses and towns we all call home. Learn more about how we're working together to better serve our communities. Visit us at psegLINY.com/community.
And welcome back here to the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz on the Nicolak postgame show as the Ducks defeat the Camden Riversharks by a final score of 8-3. We'll go over the postgame recap here as the Ducks, with the win, improved to 26-26 in the second half. It's the first time they've been at the 500 mark in the second half of this season since July 10th when they lost to the Lancaster Barnstormers to make them 2-2. It's been a long hill to climb since the Ducks dropped 13 consecutive games in the early stages of July. They've played well since and now have evened up their second half record to 26-26. Overall, Long Island is 66-55 this season. The Camden Riversharks dropped their 8th consecutive game. They dropped to 20-32 in the second half, 43-79 overall this season. It was Doug Arguello on the mound for Long Island against Wes Torres for the Riversharks, and it was Arguello certainly getting the better of Torres. The Riversharks had an opportunity to take an early lead in the top of the first inning, but failed to do so. Runners at first and second, and 1 away, but Brian Van Kirk struck out swinging. Jose Morales grounded into a fielder's choice to retire the side. The Ducks would then capitalize in the bottom of the first to take the lead. 3 runs for Long Island, a solo home run from Brendan Harris, An RBI single from Adam Bailey and a sacrifice fly from Cody Puckett made it a 3-0 ball game for the Ducks. Camden would get a run back in the top of the second inning, had the bases loaded and 1 out when Brendan Chavez, with 2 out. No, it was with 1 out. No, it was with 2 out, excuse me. When Brendan Chavez grounded it a sharply hit ball over towards short, it ruled an infield single. It scored P.J. Phillips from third base and got the Riversharks on the scoreboard and made it a 3-1 ball game. But Long Island would add on to their lead in the bottom of the third and put the game out of reach. 2 more runs home for the Ducks in the third after Lou Ford began the inning by flying out to right field. Bill Hall walked Adam Bailey with a double towards left field, put runners at second and third with 1 out. Cody Puckett then went a base hit to center field, his second RBI of the ball game. That scored Bill Hall from third base, and at the time made it a 4-1 ball game. The next batter, Brandon Bance, with a sacrifice fly to straightaway center field. That scored Adam Bailey from third and made it a 5-1 ball game in favor of Long Island. From that point on, it was Doug Arguello really dominating the Riversharks. Arguello needed 34 pitches to get through the first 2 innings against Camden, but after that point settled down quite nicely. Needed just 40 pitches to get through his next 4 innings of work. That included 10-pitch bottom of the third, 10-pitch top of the third, a 10-pitch top of the fourth, a 9-pitch top of the fifth, and an 11-pitch top of the 6th inning. Arguello finished off the ball game, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts over 6 innings of work, and he earned the win, his first win of the season. Wes Torres stayed in the ball game for the bottom of the 6th for the Riversharks, and that turned out to not work in favor of Camden, as Torres would allow 3 more runs to score, all on a 2-out rally. With 1 out, it was Sergio Miranda who had a base hit down the left field line. Phelan Lentini then flew out to left field for the second out of the inning. It was Brendan Harrison blooping a base hit over the second baseman, Patty Matera, in shallow right field to continue the inning. Lou Ford then with a 2-out, 2-run double into left center. That scored Miranda from third, Harris from first, increased the Ducks' lead to 7-1. The next batter was Bill Hall with an RBI base hit to right field. That scored Ford from second and topped off the scoring for the Ducks in the ballgame and made it an 8-1 lead. Camden would get 2 more runs back in the top of the 8th against Ducks reliever Eric Neeson on an RBI single from, a run-scoring double play ground out from Brian Van Kirk, and then an RBI single from Jose Morales. But the Riversharks would get no closer as Bob Zimmerman worked the last inning and a third to finish off the ballgame, and the Ducks win by a final score of 8-3. So we'll take another break here on the post-game show and we'll come back, check out the out-of-town scoreboard one final time, and hand out the Nickel Lock Player of the Game honors as the Ducks defeat the Riversharks by a final score of 8-3 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is infield Sergio Miranda, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers, Nicoloc pavers, pave your way.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
And welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark for the final time tonight as the Long Island Ducks complete the sweep of the Camden Riversharks, defeating Camden by a final score of 8-3 here in the final game of this 4-game series. Time to hand it out the Nicoloc Player of the Game honors tonight. A lot of good candidates for the Ducks. very strong offensive performance by Long Island, but the Nicolak player of the game for the second consecutive night is Lou Ford. Ford certainly excelled at the plate. He went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 runs batted in alongside a double. Now Ford leads the team with 83 runs batted in this season. That puts him in sole possession of third most RBI in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. So Lou Ford is tonight's Nicolak Player of the Game honor. Winner Nicolak retaining walls and paving stones, a company synonymous with quality and service in the manufactured concrete industry for almost 50 years. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard in the Atlantic League one final time tonight. Of course, 2 games had gone final earlier tonight as the Sugarland Skeeters defeated the Bridgeport Bluefish 4-3, and the Somerset Patriots defeated the York Revolution 11-8. Both those scores not what the Ducks were hoping for in terms of the out-of-town scoreboard. There's one more game still currently underway in the Atlantic League. In the bottom of the 5th inning, the Lancaster Barnstormers and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are both tied up at 4. That's a game in which Ducks fans should certainly root for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs to pull out and win and try to end Lancaster's now 10-game impressive winning streak. So as we look at the playoff standings in the Atlantic League as they currently are at this very second, with the Somerset Patriots defeating the York Revolution earlier today, the Patriots remain 3 games up on the Ducks for first place in the Liberty Division, now with 19 games left in the 2014 regular season. And with Sugarland defeating the Bridgeport Bluefish, and Lancaster still up in the air with their final tally, as of this very second, the Sugarland Skeeters are a game up on the Lancaster Barnstormers for the first place in the Freedom Division, with the York Revolution falling behind the Skeeters. And the Lancaster Barnstormers, even if they were to win tonight, would then move just a half game behind the Skeeters for first place in the Freedom Division. But the wild card standings currently still up in the air, as this very second, the Ducks are 2.5 games behind the Lancaster Barnstormers for that final wild card spot, but that's all pending the result of that Lancaster Southern Maryland series. Again, the Barnstormers have the tiebreaker over the Ducks. They have won 11 of the first 17 meetings between the two and have clinched the tiebreaker over the 2014 season if the two teams were to finish tied in the wild card standings. But the Ducks still plenty alive, 2.5 back in the wild card, 3 back in the division with 19 games left to play. So that'll pretty much wrap things up for us here from Bethpage Ballpark. Once again, the Ducks defeat the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, the Camden Riversharks by a final score of 8-3. Doug Arguello gets the win. Wes Torres gets the loss. No save is recorded in the ballgame. Be sure to tune in for our next broadcast. That'll come down from Sugarland, Texas tomorrow here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball and liducks.com. It'll be Michael Pollack bringing you all the action for all 7 games of that crucial series against the Sugarland Skeeters. But that'll wrap things up for us here from Bethpage Ballpark. For everyone involved with the broadcast, I'm Mark Schwartz, signing off from the Duck Pond, wishing everyone a pleasant rest of your Labor Day. Good night, everybody.